Boom.
Boom, Peter. Welcome back. It's good to have you.
It's good to be
Guys,
back.
we're playing more Call of Cthulhu.
Yay!
Call of Cthulhu.
Oh, so much fun. So much fun. I'm enjoying this so much, and I'm glad we get to do it for live connection. This is so good. I'm having such a great time. Hey, Matt, you got some new dice.
I got some dice, baby.
That's nice.
I get to roll my own stuff today, dude. This is what I was telling you guys last night. I love the container that these dice come in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm pretty
feel
psyched.
The urge to collect grow. Well, now you got your first set.
There was a really cute girl at the checkout at Sentry Box, and I was telling her how I spent forever deciding between 3 or 4 sets of dice, and she's like, "Oh yeah, well you can always come back and get more." And I was like, "Don't say stuff like that, please."
It's like, come spend money. Did you tell her? Did you tell her you were playing in a Call of Cthulhu campaign with your friends?
I didn't, but I probably should have.
Man, maybe what if that was your in? What if she's like, I love Call of Cthulhu?
Oh my god, I exclusively date men that play Call of Cthulhu.
You should talk to my friend Jack. He knows a lot.
I was just gonna say that. I was gonna be like, wow, I know a guy.
Good stuff. All right. So before we jump in, a couple housekeeping notes. Jared is going to be joining us in a little while here. He's just finishing something up. He should be around any minute now. So no worries about that. Evan, our dear player who's playing Norman, is not going to be here tonight. He's got something going on. I'm not entirely sure what, but that's okay. He gave me his character sheet, so everything is all good on that front. And then one thing I keep mentioning every time we start is that there's this source book or a supplement coming out for Call of Cthulhu called Harlem Unbound. It finally got its print run sent to the stores, so I'm definitely going to be checking that out when I can. I haven't bought it yet. I think it just came out a day or two ago, which is really exciting because it does talk about the Harlem Renaissance and how you can incorporate that into role-playing in the 1920s in New York, which is really cool because that actually factors into Masks of Nyarlathotep. Not going to spoil anything for you guys, but that is important. And it talks about racism in role-playing games, which I think is going to be really interesting to read, especially given current events as well as how prevalent race is in Lovecraft's work. So I'm really excited to check that out. Chaosium's not paying me to say these things. I just really like Chaosium. Yeah, absolutely. I love the old TSR products and the new direction Wizards of the Coast has taken D&D in, but in a lot of ways I think Chaosium might be the coolest of the big RPG companies. They have some really cool products, some really cool lines, and I really am just in love with everything that they do. So I think that's pretty cool.
Awesome.
And actually another one they just released is one that I heard mention of for a long time. It's called Cthulhu Dark Ages, which is a source book for you to set your Call of Cthulhu campaign in the Middle Ages, which I think could be really interesting. So I might check that out as well. But sponsor us.
I assume the source books are the things that you get for Dungeons and Dragons, the big material books that give you all the info you need to be a DM, right?
Yeah, so a supplement is it gives you more options. There's a few different ways that you can do it. It can have new rules or new stuff. In D&D, we often have ones that give you new areas or explain lore or give you new rule sets, new classes and stuff like that. Or in the case of Call of Cthulhu, I've got this one called Terror Australis, which is a source book for role-playing in Australia for a Call of Cthulhu campaign,
cool.
which I thought was pretty cool. So I have it. We're not in Australia right now, so this is basically just here for show, but I have it.
And you have the experience, you have the knowledge.
I've got the first-hand knowledge. I will be honest, the first thing I did when I got this book was I flipped to the section on Adelaide and Southern Australia to see if it would say anything about the regions I lived and worked in, and sure enough, there was a small little tidbit on the side about the Barossa Valley and wine country and all that stuff. I was like, hey, I feel validated.
Nice. Can we all just take a second to appreciate the background that Peter's running today?
Or is it over there?
I used to listen to, I assume it's the source. I used to listen to the like 8-bit music remixer that used that little dancing ninja in all of his videos like a ton. I love that shit. I don't know if that's like where it originated, but
I just like the
I
dance.
still fudge with it.
Yeah. All right. Do you guys have anything you want to add before we get into it?
Like and subscribe.
Nice.
Yeah,
Please.
I mean, I usually say that at the end. Maybe you just want to reset your camera, Jack. I'm getting a little bit of a delay. I don't know if it's the same for everyone else.
I will do that.
Oh, what a generous God we have.
Is that better? Am I synced up?
It's a little bit off, but I mean, I'm not sure how much you can do about it like now, you know. It's just like
How about-
it's just like a little bit delayed.
Well, I mean, what really matters is if it's coming through on Peter's end.
Yeah, no, I am seeing it.
Okay? Give me 1 second, guys.
It's okay. It's okay. The games.
Okay, we did it. We got rid of the DM. We won.
Great.
Whatever we want.
Now we can play the game ourselves. We have no boundaries.
No, he's back.
I'm back.
Oh,
Okay.
Better.
We have to play by the rules.
There you go.
now.
That looks
Better.
better.
Good. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Let me know if that keeps happening because, for future reference, we want to make this look as pretty as possible so we don't have an issue like we did during the first session.
Mm.
But yeah, if there's nothing else, I will do the recap of last session and we'll get straight into it.
Yes.
Make sure you say it like previously on Dragon
Previ-
Ball Z.
Previously on Masks of Nyarlathotep. Doesn't roll off the tongue quite as well. But
No.
so, last we left off, our group of intrepid investigators had gotten to Peru, had done some preliminary investigations, leading them to being attacked at the University of Archaeology and Anthropology in Lima, in Peru, by their former comrade-in-arms, acquaintance, Luis Mendoza.
We never really liked him.
Yeah, after shooting him in the head and talking to the professor, they all convened at a bar and made plans for the future. That's where we picked off last session. So after discussing Luis's treachery with Augustus Larkin, the group were a little bit lost as to what to do. They gathered some supplies, gathered some evidence, went back to the museum. However, Leon decided to stake out the hotel, and lo and behold, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Luis Mendoza, walked up to the hotel despite having been shot in the head earlier that day. After engaging this espionage against Mendoza, he followed him into a back alleyway where Leon was set upon by Luis, narrowly avoiding death by slashing him across the face with his Bowie knife. But before he did, Luis opened up his fish-like jaws and managed to put something down Leon's throat. Leon was able to vomit this thing up, finding out it was a larva in some sort of pupa state, which he brought to his friends to examine, which, after they'd all gone back to the university to try and find more out from the professor. After this revelation, the party went back to Larkin's hotel, confronted him somewhat violently, which caused Augustus to come upon himself in this animated state. His eyes went pitch black like obsidian, and he talked with a low, guttural voice that was not his own. After attacking Harrison Dodge with some sort of extraterrestrial blast of energy, he was shot in the head twice, killing him, and then decapitated by Norman. After a swift escape from the hotel, managing to evade police and authorities and the elderly woman who owned the hotel, everyone reconvened at your hotel and tried to make plans for the next few days. And that's where we left off. I believe we all went to bed for the night. So that's Saturday in the bag. It is now Sunday. The trucks that are supposed to pick you all up are coming tomorrow, but they were commissioned by Larkin, so you either have to find a new way to Puno, your original destination, or try and find some way to get the trucks to still take you. And that is where we will pick off now. It is the next Sunday morning, and you all come downstairs, and you see your friend Jackson Elias sitting at the breakfast table at the bar, and he sort of beckons you over to come sit with him.
Morning, Jackson. Quite the experience we had yesterday, wouldn't you say?
Experience is one way to put it. I'm just trying to keep my head down low and avoid any potential authorities that might be coming our way.
Good plan.
Yeah, it was quite the blood trail. Ain't that right, Norman?
Listen, when you've been on a fishing boat as long as I have, you learn how to gut some fish, okay?
Wow, it's like Evans.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Ruth, and you must have had an exciting time yesterday. Standing around, contributing nothing to the overall experience, watching as we attempted to shoot what do we call him, Larkin, in the face. You were a great asset, Ruth. Thanks for being there.
I'm not surprised it went down as it did. You boys can't get anything
wow.
done.
Well, I mean, hopefully with your help, we'll have a bit more success with that in the future. Maybe you can talk Fishboy over here out of decapitating an already dead body in the future.
Oh, believe me, I can talk my way out of a lot of things.
Hey,
interesting.
Like marriage, for example.
It's best to be sure. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. It's just good to be thorough with these sorts of things.
Might I suggest speaking in a hushed tone about the events of last night?
I don't think anyone's going to believe us anyways.
About the murder of a man?
Well, I mean, we go into some details about how his eyes went all black and he hit me with a curse of which I'm still recovering and this and
how
that.
you feeling, by the way?
Well, I have 7 hit points. Just kidding. I know that's not very good roleplay.
What the hell's a hit point?
A little bit stung, but it seems like the necrosis. It seems that the necrosis was on its way to being healed. So I suppose we'll see how it goes.
You lost 5 hit points, if I'm not mistaken, right, Matt?
I did. Yeah. So I lost 5, and then I already recovered myself a new one because I knew we were starting on Sunday. So
right. So
I'm all squared up for that.
Yeah. So you got that 1 HP for that.
Yeah. So I'm at 7 right now. Did I say I lost 7 hit points because that was a mistake?
No. Yeah. So you're normally at 12, I think.
11.
11. Okay. Okay. Yes. So perfect. Yeah, you're good. I've just got the thing pulled up for hit point recovery here. So yeah, we're all square. In the future, when people are injured, you can apply first aid to them, and then you can apply a medicine check to them to try and recover some of their HP quickly, depending on the context.
Do you need like
so that's yeah?
Do you need like a first aid kit or anything like that, or can you just?
No, you just make a first aid check or a medicine check.
Okay.
You have to make a first aid check first, and then a medicine check, because first aid is like stabilizing them, and then a medicine, it's kind of like the difference between like an EMT and a doctor. Gotcha. Those two skills, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So at this point, Jackson actually holds up the newspaper that he was reading. He's like, I know you don't speak Spanish, but actually our exploits at the hotel are quite the buzz today.
I see. So hush tones it is from here on out, eh, boys and girl?
I think that might be the best idea. If we could maybe try and leave town today, that wouldn't be the worst idea.
You think you're
capable? Well, forgive me.
You think you're capable of keeping quiet, Mr. Dodge? Is that in your skill set?
I will give it about 2.5 years precisely, and then I will write it in a novel and hope that nobody thinks too hard about it. So look forward to that. 2.5 years from now, the beheading of the demon. No, hold on, that's not good enough. The headless Pharaoh. No,
I shouldn't have said anything.
I'm just gonna like turn my back to him. Maybe, like I don't know this guy. As he spews out
hello?
these titles.
Yes, no, what a story. Whoever was involved in that, I surely hope they get discovered soon. Anyways, so we can either take the trucks on Monday or find a way out of town tonight. I think I agree with you, Jackson. I think it's the sooner we get out of here, the better.
But the trucks are already paid for.
Norman pipes up. I think it's best that we use the trucks, but if we could maybe somehow find a way to get them out of town today, I think that would be the best option.
Do we know where the fleet is arriving from? Could we perhaps meet them halfway?
We have no idea, Jackson says. We just know we were supposed to meet them at 8 o'clock tomorrow at Larkin's Hotel, and I think that's probably not the smartest idea, but I will defer to the group.
Well, Jackson, I rely on you to know a lot about the situation we're in, so I take your word for it. What alternate means of travel are available to us?
The quickest way to where we were headed would be to take a steamboat south down the coast to a town called Moyendo. Then we can take train more inland, and then we would continue on foot to the site. I have a pretty good idea of where it is.
What did the rest of you say about that?
I also have a map to get to the site.
That's right. Yes, Clyde found a map, or he was able to figure out a way to get to the site through his research yesterday. So in that case, it's just a matter of getting ourselves further inland, further south into Peru.
Do we know what type of transportation would be available from there?
From where?
From when we take the steamboat to
Moyendo.
What options are available to us from then? It would be best to have our journey planned before we leave step one.
From what I can see, there's a railway that goes all the way up to Puno. That's the town that I was doing some of my preliminary research in. There's a rail line from Moyendo to Puno. Unfortunately, the rail line doesn't connect between where we are now and there, so we would have to find alternate means to get to Moyendo. Steamship's the fastest way.
Well, if we ain't gonna take the trucks, I say we should take a boat. But let's do some shopping around. How much that's gonna cost? We're not exactly employed anymore.
It does put a damper on the situation when the person who's supposed to be writing off your business expenses is decapitated in his hotel room.
Funny how that works.
Yeah, it's so sad that somebody killed that man, and it wasn't us. Just wanted to clarify.
What did I say 5 minutes ago, Dodge?
Please remind the brain.
I believe you said it wouldn't be till 2.5 years from now till you spoke of this. Yet, here we are, you announcing it to the world.
Well, announcing that we have no responsibility. Yes, my friend, yes.
Do you want to make a persuasion check for me?
Yeah,
as you call out to the restaurant that you had nothing to do with this man's death.
And we're looking at 29, which is gonna be persuasion.
Persuade.
That is a hard success.
Hard success?
Yeah, because I rolled 29 and my hard success limit's 37, so that's a hard success, right?
It is a hard success. Well done. So the few patrons of this hotel that seem to speak English, they sort of turn their head and kind of nod in agreement. It's like, oh yeah, it's really shitty that guy got killed in his hotel yesterday.
I believe you, random stranger.
Something about this guy makes me trust him.
Which, according to the character, is contrary to belief, because I wouldn't trust
Yeah.
anybody who looks like you.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I see how it is, Clyde.
Yeah. So
just
remember
look
to
so
mark down
weird.
persuade because you succeeded on a roll without using luck points or pushing the roll.
Oh, my pencil! Oh no. All right, I'll be back.
He had one good roll. That's it.
Anyway, I've been talking to Norman here since he woke up. I always wake up early. Fishermen always wake up early to get out on the high seas. Right. Jackson kind of continues. Anyways, Norman is pretty convinced that we should take the trucks if we can find a way to get them to take us earlier. If not, we should just wait until tomorrow. But I can suss out some potential alternate routes if possible. If that's,
Do we know the name of the trucking company that's taken the contract?
From what I understand from when I talked to Larkin, it was just kind of, it wasn't necessarily a company so much as it was just an arrangement. It was just
Still, do we know
three
who
trucks.
has the trucks?
I imagine Larkin did, if we want to go and try and suss that out.
I can't see that
Actually,
going well.
Let me.
Yeah, good.
I'm gonna make a luck roll for Jackson to see if maybe he found that out.
Let's go, Jackson.
I believe in you,
Okay.
Jackson.
Fuck, Jackson has an insane luck.
Ooh.
Of course he does.
What did I miss?
We're seeing if Jackson will know if who's the truck drivers are taking us.
All right. So Jackson kind of pauses and thinks for a moment, and then he looks up and is like, there was one person who I met before you all came along who was discussing with Larkin, and I believe he was part of the convoy that was supposed to take us. I think he works just a little ways away from here. We could pay him a visit and see if we could convince him to take us a day early. We might have to bribe him, but I think it could potentially be an out.
Cheaper than a steamboat, I'm sure.
Especially if since the trucks are already paid for in advance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it all depends on how much we want to bribe him.
Mm.
I mean, I know y'all are against splitting the party, but perhaps some of us should go inquire about a steamboat, and the other go grease up the truck driver.
I have to disagree with you, Clyde. I feel it's important that we keep our eggs in the same basket. We don't know when that bastard Luis is going to show his fish-like face again, and I haven't yet had the pleasure to see it, and I hope it remains that way. So,
I think Clyde's on to something.
Group.
I think it's most
Ruth,
effective.
you disagree with me because it's fun.
Dodge, I don't respect
Fools.
you as a man.
I don't respect women that can't resist my delicious charm. So,
You wish,
up yours.
Damn.
I could knock you out with one arm behind my back.
Oh, I like to see that. Can we do that?
Hang on. Allow me to assess my statistics, and I will verify that. You just see me staring down, thinking really hard about my ability to win a fight. Ruth, I fought bigger and scarier ladies than you in my travels around the world. I'm sure I could handle you, no problem.
Well, let's get a couple drinks in us at some point and test that out.
I see, and then maybe we can get some more
that's a
drinks
great
inside
idea.
us and check something else out.
I mean, maybe when we make camp one night, we could put some money on that fight.
I agree. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Ruth versus Harrison Dodge. I think that might be something worth seeing.
Any day.
Famous author, Shifty Lady.
We're supposed to be a team.
Well, you're the one who's threatening to fight me, Ruth. All I want to do is give you my love, and all you want to do is give me your violence. If you've got some problems, maybe some inadequacy issues that you want to take out on someone, save it for the fish monsters that we're likely to face later.
Can we get back on topic, please? What are we
Hey,
doing
you're the
today?
one who changed the subject. You're the one who changed the subject. All I can do is answer your questions and deal with your
Write
inquiries.
down your emotions in a book, Harrison.
Yes, I will, and it'll come out 2.5 years from now, and boy, do I not have any good things to say about you, Ruth.
Half a Century of Poetry by Harrison Dodge.
Well, if anyone wants to accompany me to the fellow who seems to be heading up this convoy and see if we can maybe fast talk our way into his good graces, I would be all right with that.
Jackson, the pleasure would be mine to join you. I am quite a skilled talker, as you've seen so far.
Right.
I'm still waiting.
Hey, no one in this bar thinks we cut anybody's head off, and it's because we didn't.
Can you please keep your voice down?
No one's paying any mind. He had a hard success on the persuade roll. No one's paying attention to your table.
I'm in the clear. Jury's out on this one. And they're not coming back.
It's a case of the
Unless,
village.
yeah. Unless you decapitate someone else in this bar, they're gonna be like, there's no way these idiots decapitated someone yesterday.
Well, Ruth, maybe you and I want to go and inquire about a steamboat.
We both seem like we got a solid head on our shoulders.
Hopefully it stays that way.
Morning, you.
All
Once it's decided.
Shall we meet
Let's
back
be
here
off.
in 2 hours?
Yeah, that sounds about right, I would say.
All right, back here in 2 hours. If you're not here, we'll assume the worst.
And hopefully come to attempt rescuing you.
I hope you can walk that
sincerely
far,
hope.
old man. Hopefully your back doesn't give out.
Who are you talking to here?
Are you talking to Norman there?
I was talking to Norman.
Okay, thank goodness.
Listen, you don't get to be my age without throwing out your back a few times. Luckily, I've hauled up a lot of lobster pots, a lot of nets full of fish.
Oh, I'm sure
I'm in
you have.
tip-top shape.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do we want to do Steamliner first, or do we want to do trucks first?
I would say trucks first and give Jerry the chance to make his decision on what group he was going to join when he gets here.
That's fair. Jared should be here any second, according to him. But
Yeah.
I've been let down before.
I'd just say trucks because that's like you guys. That's Matt and the NPCs essentially. So it should be.
All right. Fair enough. In that case, why don't we do steamships first? So Ruth and Clyde, why don't you make your way down to the docks and see what you can wrestle up?
Alrighty.
Sounds good.
All right. Let me pull up my map here so I know. It's probably pretty short. From what I read, there's actually a pretty decent public transit system here in Puno, which is convenient for you guys. Or Lima, sorry. We're in Lima.
Yeah. I was confused for a second.
Yeah. So Lima is actually slightly inland. So to get on a ship, you have to get a few kilometers out of town to a town called Callao, Callao, which is where the ships leave from. But why don't you both make a luck roll for me?
Sure.
So just roll a percentile die and tell me if you get under your luck score, your current luck score.
Oh, it doesn't matter if it's a hard success or anything.
No, as long as you succeed. That's
Then
what
yeah, I did
succeed or fail. You did it?
I did it.
Just wait, I'm
Gotcha.
being done with my dice. All right. What's my luck score? Where is it on the page? I'm just being blind.
So your luck is the big box right under the Call of Cthulhu logo.
Oh, that's I was looking at my skills. I passed, hard pass.
You passed. Okay. So instead of having to go all the way to Cayo, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm just going to assume you actually managed to find a ticket office a few blocks away from your hotel, so you can inquire about prices there for the whole group.
Big brain.
Big brain.
Big brain.
All right, I need to find out how much it costs to travel. It's a short trip by sea. It takes about a day and a half, so I can't imagine it would be very expensive, but I still need to, make sure I'm charging you the right amount.
And where would we be taking the ferry to?
So you're going directly south down the coast of Peru to a city called Mollendo. Mollendo.
We have a.
Okay.
Oh, there's some dogs. We have a in the handouts.
Want to repeat that?
We have a map in the handout section of the Discord.
Yes, we do. I put a map of the coast of Peru into the handouts section. Thank you for reminding me. So.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
So, I would put it at $5 a ticket per person for a one-way trip down the coast, because you're not going first class or anything like that. You might be hopping on like a cargo ship just for the day or whatever. Because like round trip first class to go from like US to England is $200 in the 1920s, and you're not going near that distance right now.
Mm-hmm.
So my best guess is it would be around $5 per person is what I would put it at.
That's plenty affordable.
And then there's how many? There's 6, 7 of us?
Yes, so it's U5 plus Jackson. So that's 6 of you.
$30
Yeah, you're right.
investment.
Counted.
$30 to take a boat. We'll put it at.
For all of us? Sorry, I kind of was in and out on.
Yeah. You haven't missed much, Jared. They were just discussing ways to get out of the city.
Because there's been everyone's aware of the beheading in the hotel room, and we've managed to convince our nearby people in the bar that we were once in that it wasn't us, thanks to my incredible persuasive skill. But we're anxious to get the fuck out of town. So
yes, the newspaper
We're gonna make that a
reported
reality.
about the murder that happened yesterday.
We didn't need to convince them until Harrison spoke up.
Mm-hmm. Someone was shouting that something bad thing.
But when he did, he was super persuasive in his claims that we had nothing to do with it.
So what you're telling me
Yeah,
is that
and-
we were in no harm, but then Harrison talked himself into a situation and then had to talk himself out of a situation. So it wasn't so much that it was smooth persuasive skills to save us. It was these skills that got us in danger to have to save us later.
Smooth backtracking.
But you are right in the way that the smooth persuasive skills saved us. You got to focus on the positives,
Yeah, absolutely. So yes, so to get all of you one way down the coast to Mollendo would take you about a day worth of travel time and $30. You don't know how much longer it'll be to take the train once you get to Mollendo.
Okay.
Okay.
And
That
or
was going
what
to be
that
my
will
next
cost.
question.
because you'd have to, since you're not connected to the railway right now, you have no clue what that would cost.
Well, Ruth, I don't know about you, but that sounds pretty good to me.
For the fastest way to get there, $5. $5.
Sure.
$5 is $5.
All right.
All right.
I think that's a good time. Maybe we should start making our way back.
Call her early. Won't see
Yeah.
me complaining.
Meanwhile, the rest of the group has made their way with Jackson's help to where they think they might find the fellow who's in charge of the convoy of trucks. So, you see, those of you who went with Jackson, he leads you down kind of a few blocks away into kind of like an empty lot with a guy and a few like, you know, crates of supplies and stuff like that, just kind of lounging around. He's got kind of a shaved head, kind of stubbly, clean shaven, and kind of dark tan skin, really square jaw. And he says, in kind of broken English, he's like, "Ah, the American! Come to see me, huh?" And they kind of start conversing in Spanish for a little bit. And Jackson comes back and says, "All right, so if they're going to take us today, then I'm going to need a little bit of backup here, because I don't know if I can convince him on my own."
Well, you've got just the man for the job there, Jackson. Allow me to take a swing at it. As we've seen already, my persuasive skill is quite, we'll say good. We'll say good. Hello there. Hang on. Opens book of translation. Amigo, very good to see you. My name is Harrison Dodge. You might have heard of me before. I'm a world-renowned author, and today I'd like to come to you for assistance in paving the way for my next great adventure. My friend, you see, we're expecting to leave town in our friend Augustus Larkin's vehicles, and we've decided to change plans and leave a day early, and I was hoping that you'd be willing to take my friends and I a little bit earlier than planned. Just tell me when I have to roll a persuasion check.
So what I want you to do is I want you to roll a persuade check with one penalty die because of the language barrier. This guy speaks English, but it's a little bit shaky.
Right.
So
how does the penalty die work? Do I just roll twice and take the worst one?
Yes. So you roll the 10 die twice and take the worst of the two. This guy, you only roll.
What? Oh fuck. Okay. All right. Okay. Here we go. Bless me. I rolled a 96. I rolled a 96. Do you want me to roll again, or should I just not even fucking bother?
You can push the roll, because that'll be a failure. But you can do something called pushing the roll, where you get to roll again, but you have to take it to try and redo the roll. And if you're going to push it, I'll say. But so what happens? This is the first pushed roll we've had of the campaign. If you decide to do this,
yes.
What happens with a push roll is if you fail a roll, you say, "Oh no, I rolled a 74 when I needed like a 20 or something like that." You can say, "I'm going to push the roll." So when you push the roll, you just roll it again as normal. But if you fail the roll, something bad happens.
Okay.
You know what?
I would like to push the roll.
Okay.
Sorry. Can you say what you're going to say first?
So part of the
I don't want to commit.
Yeah, part of the mechanic with pushing the roll is the keeper and the player get to decide what that bad thing is. So it's like, I would say, like, okay, so if you fail this, I would say he recognizes from the papers that Augustus was killed yesterday or something like that, because he read the paper this morning.
That's not good.
Well, but you can argue with me on this point. You can say, well, I think the consequence for failing the pushed roll should be this.
I see. I don't think I'd like to push the roll, because honestly, like, I have a 75 persuade check.
I'll say this: if you push the roll, I won't make you roll with another penalty die. You can just take a straight roll this time.
Wow. I kind of get the feeling you want me to push the roll.
I kind of want to see what'll happen.
Okay, that's all I needed to hear. Okay, baby, give it to me.
A timeline has been chosen. Hopefully, it's the good timeline. Oh no, that
Is
doesn't.
it 99?
I needed
Probably
a
99.
75 to succeed, and I rolled a 77.
Technically, you needed below a 75, so you needed a 74.
I mean, I'm kind of
But,
fucked either way. So,
Sorry, Harrison, you're being sacrificed.
okay.
So,
It's for
As-
the greater good, Matt.
as you kind of let these honeyed words flow off your tongue, Harrison, you feel really into it, and you're like, oh, this guy is like butter in my hands. And at the very end, you kind of lean over and you flash him your trademark Harrison Dodge smile. And he kind of recoils a bit and is like, in pretty good English, he's like, I feel like I heard that my employer, Augustus Larkin, may not be of this world anymore. You fine American gentlemen wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you? It would be a shame if the police had to get involved with.
am I allowed to
fine.
make another attempt at persuasion, or am I kind of just like out
I'll-
on this one?
I'll
I-
try to
maybe-
persuade.
Maybe Clyde can muscle in there, or not Clyde. Your name is Leon.
Yeah.
Maybe Leon can roll up.
You know what? Sure, I'll see if Leon can intercede on this one.
Do I have a penalty die?
I would say yes, because this guy is already pretty convinced that y'all are up to no good.
Okay. So I'll roll the 10 twice.
I knew it was Harrison Dodge's mouse that would get us in trouble.
I rolled a 77. Come on, that makes me upsetty spaghetti. What's the
Okay,
point
well,
of
I'm
maxing
either
out your
gonna get-
persuasion stat?
I either get a 3 or a 13.
Oh,
So I get a 13 because that's the worst of the two.
Yes. So that's a success.
Hmm?
glad someone's succeeding today.
So he looks at you. Well, what do you say, Leon? What do you say to diffuse the situation?
I kind of like lean in there and be like, yeah, it was really unfortunate. We got the news this morning as we were about to embark or go meet up with him to embark on our adventure, and we have his. Is Jackson still with us?
Jackson is with you guys. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ruth and Leon went. Clyde and Ruth went to the ticket station to see if they could get passage on a ship.
Okay. I'm like, we met up here with Jackson, who's one of Augustus's companions, and we decided as a group to continue on this adventure and hopefully succeed in what he was trying to do before this sudden passing, which took us all by surprise.
It's just too much to think about. It's just.
It's okay, Harrison. It's okay.
He was just such a close friend, though I know him for only 2 days. It's just so hard.
As Leon's pulling him out of the hole he's dug himself, he's still just
No, done it.
Man. Okay. So I was like, man, do I make Harrison make another roll?
No, please.
But I was like, okay. So here's what happens.
Okay.
So the gentleman looks at you, Leon, and he's like, you can see he was starting to get a little bit abrasive, a little bit defensive about the whole thing. He's like, but then he looks at you, he's like, my companions and I have already been paid for the expedition. If Mr. Larkin is no longer of the living, then I think we will take our money and be on our way. But I hope you find alternative means into the southern reaches of Peru, and I will take my leave.
Darn. I wasn't persuasive enough.
You were persuasive enough for him not to call the police. Is what
Honestly,
happened there.
I'll take that because that.
Yeah.
Dude, I kind of want to fucking scrap with this guy. That's bullshit.
Do
Can-
it.
Hang on, can I make it another attempt at persuading him? Please, 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 please.
How about you try intimidating him?
Oh, actually, my intimidate is nothing, so I'm not gonna do that. No, you know what?
Why?
Actually, shit. Because my character doesn't know that there's a significantly cheaper and better transportation method that we could already lock
But
down.
it's not cheaper. You have to pay money to go on the ship.
Oh,
This
oh.
has been paid for. This is taken care of already.
Okay.
Try to bribe?
One more persuasion attempt, please. Come on, guys.
What?
I have a maxed out persuasion stat. It's got to come through some point. Okay.
It's
up to you.
it is it needs to be. So what's your hard success threshold and what's your extreme success threshold?
Hard success is 37. Extreme success is 15.
If you get an extreme success, I will allow it.
Forget about it. Wait, do I have to roll first?
It's your choice.
If I,
This guy.
Sorry.
Here's the thing. Let me just break it down. So this guy has been paid already in advance by his previous employer, who today he just found out was dead. You came in and tried to convince him to leave a day early, knowing that his employer was dead. Leon came and defused the situation, which means he's not going to try and call the police on you guys. But he's also decided that he's just going to take the money and run, basically. Does that make sense? So you're not in a good position with this guy. If you want to try and convince him to take you the full way, it needs to be, I would say, either a critical persuasion roll or like a critical intimidation roll or something like that. Because there's just no way that after this guy knows what he knows that he's going to want to take you the rest of the way.
Well, Leon, I suppose it's no money lost on our behalf. Why don't we just mosey on out of here, see what our friends are up to? Nice speaking to you, douchebag. He doesn't know what a douchebag is. It's fine. No one knows what a douchebag is. It's 1920s.
1921 was a simpler time. All right. So are you guys done with him?
Yeah, I'm leaving.
I think it's important that we are done with this.
Yeah. You guys leave, and Norman is like, well, I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm pretty disappointed with that outcome, but there's plenty more fish in the sea, I guess.
You would know, wouldn't you, Norman?
Okay. So I'll say, for the sake of brevity, an hour or so after you left the hotel, you all meet back up in the lobby, sit down at your normal table, and are able to reconvene with everyone. Jackson kind of puts his arm on the table. Well, it was a total wash on our end. Did you two manage to find anything?
Oh, it's going to be a wash. I thought you had Mr. Persuasive here.
Well, Clyde, sometimes things just don't go your way. Sometimes you spend your whole life working on a persuasive skill so that when it really matters, you can succeed. And sometimes life just fucks you over. How's your day?
Clyde, before he convinces you, what Harrison actually means is that thank you, Leon, for being there so they didn't call the cops on us.
Oh, we would have we got away with
Harrison, that's twice today, Harrison.
Cutting meat at the meat factory once already. I thought we would get away with it twice. We're good at walking fast, right? Everything's all in the past. It's all water in the bridge, fish in a lake, as Norman would say. I think it's fine.
Speaking
right
of lake,
How'd your guys go?
we managed to find a boat that could take us. It'd only be $5 a person. Be roughly a day of travel. It sound like our
And
best
that'll get
option
us-
as of now.
Yeah, that'll get us part of the way through where we could potentially board a train and take another portion of our journey there.
Nah, I knew we could count on you two.
It's a good thing we split up, isn't it?
Well, I think it's to be debated. We might have convinced the first man to actually let us take us if your fine ass was there.
And we might have been sitting in a jail cell together.
God, Leon, not without you here and your great persuasive skill always there to back me up. Isn't that right, old friend?
Well, I would say that taking this steamship is probably our best option at this point. Hopefully, you
I think it's
agree
the
with-
safest option.
Not to mention the
I-
fastest.
Hmm.
At this point, we've definitely made too much of a name for ourselves. I say we get the hell out of Dodge as soon as possible.
Yes, I've been
I can
trying
be
to get out of
packed and
Dodge
ready
my
to
whole
go.
life.
Yeah,
And
get away from these freaky fish people.
I don't see that being the case, unfortunately, Leon.
I can be packed and ready in 40 minutes. Less than
I'll be
that.
ready in 20.
I'll be ready
I'm
in
gonna
10.
time-
I'm fast as hell. I'll be ready in 5. I'm already ready. I just keep my bags packed
go.
for emergency.
I packed my
situations.
bags last night.
No, Jackson, you
Why-
always have to be better than everyone, don't you?
why is everything
I
a
packed my
competition
bags 2 days
with you
ago.
boys?
That's what it means to be a
I
man,
didn't
Ruth.
even
You wouldn't
unpack my
understand.
bags. I just stopped and dropped my stuff.
I slept in my clothes, so I didn't have to unzip my suitcase.
Okay. So we'll say for the sake of brevity, unless you guys have anything pressing that you want to do, you
No.
managed to get out of town, get to the nearest port in whatever that small town outside of Lima. I can't remember what it was called, Cayo or something like that. So each of you, please mark off that you've spent $5 out of your. You all have a spending limit of $10 per day, I think. So just be aware of that. So you're all good on that front. It's kind of mid-afternoon when you get on a ship bound south down the coast for Moyendo. The journey is going to take about a day, so you'll get there, I would say, kind of late morning, early afternoon on Monday.
And how big is this boat?
It's like a fairly large steamer, like just one smokestack, a lot of cargo. It's not like a Titanic or anything like that, but it's enough room for you to kick up your feet and do what you need to. Maybe like, I don't know, 200 feet long type deal.
Mm.
On our way there and through the process of getting our tickets and boarding and doing all that, I want to keep an eye out for Luis.
Okay, good call.
Why, so you can run off the ship again?
Hey, the next time someone's pointing magic at you, I'ma run too. You don't fuck with magic. I didn't know it existed until last night.
So, Clyde, make a spot hidden check for me.
Oh fuck, he's here. The freaky fish people have followed us.
Ooh, yeah, no, that's a fail.
Fail?
Fail.
You don't see him. Everything seems good.
Cool.
I
cool,
mean,
cool,
I feel
cool.
like it's too late. I was gonna jump on that train too, but I think it's a little bit late for me to jump on that train to check for him.
A
I
little
feel
bit
like
late.
I've been wondering about this. I feel like as a general principle, only one person can really do that, right? Like it's a bit kind of wacky for us all to be like, hey, let's all
Well,
do a spot hidden
no,
check.
but
and
it's
hope for
like
the best.
it's like Matt. It's like if all of us walk into a room together, it's not one person's allowed to see anything in the room.
Yeah, but I mean, like I don't know, because that just gives us each all an opportunity to roll for it, which increases our chances of success. So doesn't that
No,
kinda
but that's
fly
why
in the
that's
face
why I
of the
asked
game?
Jack. It was
Yeah.
too late to do it.
It's
Like if you do it like at the same time.
so the way I do it, particularly when we're playing 5th edition D&D, is that if it makes sense in the context, I'll let multiple people do it. But if one person's like, I want to do this thing, I might sometimes let another person tack onto that if they had the same idea and they just didn't voice it immediately. But when when multiple people start going like, oh, I want to help with that, or I want to do the same role, then I'm like, okay.
Yeah. It would probably make sense for Jared to want to do it, right? Because considering he's seen Luis up close and personal and up close.
It would make sense, but Jared didn't get in on that.
No, it's too late.
Yeah, when Graydon was making the role. So it was kind of like Graydon's idea to do this potentially useful thing. And I'm like, sometimes I might let something like that slide. In this case, I'm just going to say, probably not this time. It's always good to be thinking about what your character would be doing, or like what you think is a good thing to do, and then acting upon that. There's never, as we've seen from like Evan doing crazy shit the past 2 sessions, there's never like a wrong thing to do. So you never have to feel embarrassed about asking if I could like, when I'm on
the guy.
Yeah. Or like if you're on the side of the ship, can I write in my journal, or can I talk to the captain about something or something like that?
I understand.
If something comes to your mind and you want to do it, just say that you want to do that, and I'll facilitate it in some way.
Cool.
Yeah. Anyways, but yes, if there's nothing anybody wants to do on the ship, then you will reach your destination tomorrow morning on Monday.
Cool. I'm good. I'm done. I don't have anything else to do on the ship.
All right.
Yeah.
So
just for the night, if there's like a bolt on my door, I'm latching it. I'm staying locked up.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
Are we all in the same room?
No, you're probably.
I think not.
It's probably two to a room, I would say.
And I want to be in Clyde's room, and then after I see him go to bed and lock the door, I'd like to unlatch it.
Can I be in Ruth's room, please?
No, you can't.
Okay. Well, glad I asked.
Ruth decides to bed with Jackson.
Thank you.
Wow. Everyone wants to fucking bed with Jackson. Jackson's so good. Jackson writes books. He's the only one here who writes books, right?
But hey, look, Harrison, tonight you'll be regaled with fishing stories with Norman, who's your roommate.
Well, luckily,
good material.
I was gonna say you could also ask Luis Mendoza, because I'm sure he's somewhere on the ship. We just didn't see him.
It's like a game of prop hunt.
He's actually in the fishing net that's being towed behind the ship.
Yeah.
They're like crazy fish people, I told you.
Anyways, so you all make it to Moyendo early the next morning. You disembark the ship with all of your belongings, all of your equipment. Some of you are packed a little bit heavier than others. Some of you have picked up some equipment along the way, which is a little bit difficult to carry, but it's not too bad right now. So you know that the most effective way to get to Puño, which was the next stop along the journey, and where Jackson tells you he has some contacts, is to take a train. It's about half a day's journey, and the train ride is also going to cost money.
Cool.
Did our daily limit reset now that we spent a night on the ship?
I would say in this case, probably not. We'll consider it like a day worth of traveling. If that makes sense to you.
Sure.
Anyways,
We're getting robbed. This DM's robbing us, guys. Fuck.
It's not going to matter very long.
Did it reset prior to the ship?
Yes, it would have reset yesterday morning, but I mean, it might not even matter. Let me just do some quick maths here.
I'm scared. I'm scared of the words that Jack is saying. I'm scared.
Quick math?
Yeah.
I'm scared of those words too.
I only do long multiplication.
I respect that.
Matt, you should take that to heart. If Peter respects something, it's a big deal.
I should say, I'm a long division type of guy, but two sides of the same coin.
Okay, Peter. do some long division right now.
Oh,
I want you to go. I want
it's
you
a
to go.
beautiful mind moment.
I want you to go 3,252 divided by 12.
All right.
Okay, so the train tickets from Moyendo to Puno will put you at around $4 USD.
Don't look it up on
Right.
your calculator.
So it actually doesn't matter because you're all within your spending limit for the day.
Oh, cool.
All right, let's board this train.
Peter, don't you fucking pull that out and go to your
Hey,
calculator.
Google.
Don't you do it.
Jack, one more time. I'm going to take a look around from Luis.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Make a spot hidden check.
It's 230.
Can I not look for Louise, but can I look for the people that were going to take us originally, just to see if any of the people who originally paid are following us?
Make instead of a spot hidden check, make an intelligence check for me.
Ooh.
Am I intelligent?
I got a
I
hard
am
success.
intelligent. Perfect.
Hard success?
Yep.
You don't see Luis. You don't see him anywhere. in
Extreme
fact.
success.
I'm relieved but still unnerved.
So yes, you do not see Luis, and you, Leon, you figure that based from what you have kind of pieced together from the past few days and what you know about the journey, is that going by truck this distance instead of boat would have taken a lot longer. So you actually saved a lot of time going by ship.
Okay.
So if they are still coming by truck, they won't be here for quite a while.
Okay. Cool.
I would like to keep an eye on Harrison to make sure he doesn't announce that we're killed people previously.
I don't know how to roll for that.
Just ask
I
me
don't know.
nicely. I'm a
Just
human too.
Put a stop. Mute Matt for a little bit.
I mean, I guess you can make a persuasion check against him,
You bet I am.
and you can
Yeah.
you can try and counter it with your psychology skill.
Oh, Peter, you're in trouble, buddy. You're gonna regret saying anything.
Just add to the meme. Can I add or aid with my psychology knowledge against Matt's psychology check?
That's not really how it works.
It's fine. I rolled an 83. I went about as bad as I could get.
I
These
passed.
dice fucking suck.
Okay, you passed, Ruth.
I passed.
So Ruth asks you really nicely not to bring up the fact that you guys killed somebody yesterday, and you feel inclined to agree with her tantalizing female physique.
I was staring at her body the whole time, and I didn't hear anything she said. And I was just like, "Yeah, whatever you say, baby."
I
Yeah,
made a
uh-huh,
note,
uh-huh.
and I started that Matt made comments about my ass. Just so everyone knows.
Dude,
You should have a
what, are you
little
gonna cancel
tally
me
around
later?
there.
Yeah, no, Ruth remembers.
Ooh.
Ruth will
She
remember
doesn't
that.
Oh,
Yeah, you get the little
Can't wait for
notification
our
in the top
birthday
right
count.
corner. Ruth disliked
Ruth
that.
will remember this.
Okay, so as you guys make your way by train, I need you all to make a con roll. Hello.
oh,
Thank you.
Jack's butler.
this is the general con, eh?
Wow, dude, I can't believe being the keeper of arcane secrets gets you a freaking butler bringing you dinner and shit.
All right,
I wasn't-
I got a pass there, Jack.
I wasn't expecting that, but I've got food now.
Nice.
For fuck's sake! Can I roll anything less than a 50? For the love of God, I failed.
Try
Okay.
hard success.
So we're just going off like our main con score, right? Okay, I failed.
Cool.
Okay. So just give me 1 second here.
Are you gonna roll for
That's good.
Norman?
Yes, I am.
Norman
Oh.
uses the fishes to survive.
Remind me. If you get the number, you have to get below your number, right, to pass.
Yes.
Okay, shit. Never mind. I failed. I got the same number.
You tied? Oh, that's
Yeah, I
unfortunate.
tied with Mike.
Okay. Norman also failed. So just remind me. Graydon failed.
No, I succeeded. I hard
Great.
succeeded.
Hard success. Jared failed.
I failed.
Yep.
Harrison failed.
Yep.
Ruth, did you fail?
I failed.
Okay. So, in that case, as the train starts winding its way into further into Peru, you feel, those of you who failed start to feel dizzy, a little bit nauseous. The air is getting thinner up here because you are suffering from altitude sickness, because you are getting very, very high above sea level in a very short amount of time. Not a lot of people necessarily know this, but Peru, a lot of the inland, it's connected to the Andean mountain range, so you very quickly gain a lot of altitude, and you are not, those of you who failed are not feeling right now.
Is there a washroom I could go to?
On the train?
Yes.
I think some trains have washrooms
Dang.
back then.
Or can I stick my head out the window?
I think a train even back then would have kind of like a lavatory. I'm pretty sure.
I would
It's
like
just
to
a hole
go
in the
and
floor.
make sure if I have to puke, I puke into the
You got it. You got roll for puke.
Okay,
If
roll
I'm
for puke.
puking, it's straight on Jackson's lap.
All right, I got a 31. What am I using?
Con?
I don't know, the
Dexterity.
Your dodge.
the dodge.
I
guess.
succeeded.
Okay, good. You do not puke on yourself.
Oh, perfect.
Thank goodness.
So, those of you who have who have failed the con roll against the altitude sickness, you have one penalty die to all of your skill rolls until you acclimatize.
How long are we making that taking game?
You have to roll a con check every day that you're in the Peruvian highlands.
Perfect.
For how long?
He said every day until you roll.
Until you succeed.
Harrison, it's affecting all of us. Clyde here, I don't know. He probably hangs out in the Empire State Building too much.
I
You
live
don't
on
know
the
nothing
first
about
floor
me.
of my apartment building.
No, all my penthouse is back home.
Oh,
So why aren't you funding the trip?
That was a lie. I don't have a penthouse. I don't know. You guys are just babies.
There's a deer in my backyard right now. He's
Nice.
just chilling.
Can I roll a combat check? I'd like to shoot it with my Smith and Wesson revolver.
You want to shoot the deer in my backyard 90 years in the future? 100 years.
I
in the
wanna
future. Jesus. Yeah.
I want to shoot a bullet so fast that it time travels and teleports itself directly into that deer's rectum.
What is it with you and like going in the ass of things?
I don't know, dude. Don't think about it too hard.
Jeez.
Don't
I
worry
just know
about
that
it.
that's a sensitive area for some people, you know.
All right. So as you
Not everyone. Some people.
so
Anyways,
as you get off the train in Puno, it's about it's getting like kind of mid to late evening on Monday night. Once you all disembark the train, Jackson looks at you and says, "Now, I do have a contact here in Puno who might be able to help us if you want, or we could just, get some supplies and move on to the temple now that we know where we're headed. It really doesn't make too much of a difference either way for me."
What help can this contact give us?
She's a local wise woman named Nera. She knows a little bit about the folklore of this place, might have some idea of what we're up against, but, I mean, we've seen a lot already, so I don't...
well, I mean, why not take the opportunity, right?
It would be quite beneficial. We've already been attacked by things we can't explain. Might not be bad to be informed of other things we can't explain.
I'd like to start being able to explain these things.
All right. I mean,
We're also probably gonna need a truck or something to take us the rest of the way through.
oh, there's no roads going where we're going. We'll need to hire pack animals or
Wow.
just hoof
Well,
it the
that too.
entire way.
That's okay, city boy. You'll be able to make it out there.
Hey, I'm doing
Hmm.
better than you, other city boy. You're from New York too.
I never said I was
Right.
from New York.
You actually don't know
Yes,
where
you
Leon
did.
is from.
Yeah, I've never
Last
said where I was
session.
from.
Last session you said that.
Nope.
I don't think he did.
It's me. It's me. Who's
He
from
absolutely did.
No, Harrison's from New York.
I'm
Yeah.
from
Just
New
because it's in your notes doesn't mean I said it.
York.
I don't
If I
know. My
write
notes
something
pretty
down,
good.
it's the truth.
I wish that was the case for when I was in university. If I wrote it down, it was true.
Yeah.
Man, the world would be a weird place if everything I wrote down was true. That would be quite an ordeal. Okay, so Jackson says, all right, let me see if I can find some things out. And Jackson kind of goes on his way and begins talking in Spanish to some locals. And he makes his way around town a few times. He says, before coming back to you, so it seems like Nehru's actually gone into hiding. You can see here in Puno, the city is located directly on the shore of Lake Titicaca, which is the large lake on the border of both of Peru and Bolivia, which is, I think I mentioned that earlier in the past two sessions. A very large lake. The city is built on the shoreline, but out onto the water, you can see they seem to be more buildings. And Jackson explains, some of them are built onto these floating, thatched together reeds that kind of make up these small communities out on the water. And I googled this. This is actually real. So
No shit.
good work. Chaosium did their research. So yeah, they have
That's
like
cool.
these floating islands out on Lake Titicaca, close to Puno, that people
Mhm.
live on. So
Interesting.
if
like-
we want to make it out there, we have to find a boat that's willing to take us.
Deja vu.
And what's out there again? Sorry.
That's where my contact Nera is in hiding.
Ah,
I guess we have to ask ourselves how badly we want to go see her.
You know,
I mean, at this point, honestly, I'm expecting the unexpected.
we can probably better help ensure we're not followed by going to a more remote location like that.
I like the way you think, Ruth.
Wow, a
The
rare
problem with-
compliment.
The problem with that is,
Nah.
from what I've heard, apparently Nera went into hiding because she might be being stalked by the same people that are stalking us, potentially. Could be painting a bit of a target on our backs.
Oh, we've got big, strong Leon here.
I've
I don't
only
know. He
killed the
doesn't look.
same monster
He's looking
twice.
a little green in the face. I don't know how tough he's gonna be here.
Well, I mean, can't be much weaker than you running out of the room there, Clyde.
Was that week? Harrison, you did the same thing a couple days ago. Wait.
That's
That was
not true.
Roman. Sorry,
I
that
think
was
Ruth
Roman.
and I are the only ones that haven't run out of the room. Something's happened.
Man, I had my
You gotta
gun right
survive.
on Oh, wait, hang on. I had my gun right on Redacted's face, ready to blow his goddamn head off, okay? So don't talk to me like I'm a fucking coward, okay? If I didn't somehow miss that first shot, I probably wouldn't be suffering from necrosis right now, okay? So,
Harrison and
Shit.
Clyde, do you want to make psychology checks for me?
I hate you, Clyde,
Uh-oh.
just so you know.
It's the psychology of friendship that they're making a roll for.
Man, this is not gonna be good.
That's a fail. I it's a fail. I failed.
Holy shit! I got a
And
2.
apparently,
You got a 2.
Okay,
got
so he
2.
succeeded.
That's got to be an extreme success for you.
I don't know. I don't have any points in psychology, so it's the base 10%.
Well,
Oh,
a fifth
so maybe-
of 10 is would be 2, yeah. So you
Yeah.
got a hard
Hard
success.
success.
Yeah,
Lucky you.
Yeah.
close, but no cigar.
And I invested
quite.
40 points in psychology and I still failed.
Oh, hey, I succeeded on that.
Sometimes you gotta
That's,
shake the rust off.
Matt, your dice are turning into Peter's dice.
I know. I'm gonna go buy some new ones tomorrow.
No, believe in them. Believe in them. Give them love, and they'll give you love back.
Peter, when are yours gonna give you love back?
He's doing okay so far.
That's
Anyways,
true. He has been doing.
Actually, okay. I already stated that it's 56, so it's kind of bullshit if I redact it. But I totally misread it. I actually rolled a 36. But let's just call it a fail because that's kind of bullshit.
No, if you rolled a 36 and succeeded, that's a success.
But okay, it's a 36. I don't think I misread it, but I also didn't touch the dice since I rolled it.
So it's a 36.
But
I take the 36.
Does your brain
Okay,
want you to
36.
fail?
I guess I will, but I feel like a piece of shit for doing it because I don't know what 36, baby. Give it to me.
Or you could re-roll it. Just re-roll it.
Do you want me to re-roll it? Is that appropriate if I just re-roll it?
Sure, I'll allow it this one time.
Okay, thank you. Sorry. I don't think I touched the. Whatever. You know what? Re-roll. Give it to me. 23.
23. Okay. So, Harrison,
Oh, that's
as
a hard
as-
success.
okay, as you look around, and Clyde, since you've been pretty antsy and keeping an eye out, you notice that all of the locals are keeping far, far away from your group. Like, pretty much every local here, they might shoot you like a furtive glance or something like that, but if you look in their direction, they immediately look away, and they are trying to stay away from you guys. They seem suspicious of you.
Jackson, I'm noticing a bit of shade from these here townspeople. Do you know anything about that?
Throwing shade, bro.
Well-
you gonna fucking throw shade at me?
In the 20s.
Sorry, it's a Thai expression. That's how they say it over there.
The people I've talked to, and from what I gathered last time I was here, some people have started going missing, and well, it seems like, what's the delicate way to put this? You know the local legends of the Karasiri that we've kind of been talking about lately?
Mm-hmm.
The Karasiri tended to be people of European descent, so they're a little bit wary of a bunch of white strangers coming into their community.
I see. Should we make haste to remove ourselves from this town? Do you believe we're in danger for it?
If anything, I think we're safer than we are in danger.
I would say that based on the events of the past few days, we are always in danger.
A reassuring thought. Harrison Dodge, always in danger.
Anyways, they should trust
Well,
you
with those
to
persuasive
some extent.
skills, always in danger.
Some of them are familiar with me, so they don't seem too wary, but I would say don't stray too far from me while we're here. But I did find out that Nair is living out on some of the islands out in the lake, so we can find a boat to take us there, if you like. It is late. It might not be a bad idea to find a place to stay the night.
I'd say let's hunker down tonight and try to search in the morning. There's no point in us trying to explore a place we don't know at night while also trying to make sure we're not being followed out there.
Yeah, I agree.
But where will we stay?
Is there like a bar or something around here, Jackson?
A hotel?
Not that I know of. This is a fairly rural community.
Not exactly
Is
the
there a-
definition of luxury.
The book, I actually don't know if there's like a hotel, if it's too rural here to have one in this case. So if you want to try and find a place to stay, I would call for a group luck roll to see if you can find the place.
Okay.
A group search, everyone does it.
Everyone makes the luck roll.
Alright, I got a 6 and my luck is 50, so I definitely succeeded.
I got a 26 and my luck is 45.
I also succeeded.
I succeeded.
We're so
Okay.
lucky.
So
Lucky to have you, Leon. That's for sure.
you do manage to find a spot, and we'll say, for the sake of brevity, because normally I would have you like make like persuasion checks or stuff like that. You can hunker down for the night. Let's say that. So
Okay.
that's all good. So that'll take us to Tuesday morning. We'll say with Jackson's help, you managed to persuade the proprietors of this fine establishment to let you stay. You all use the rest of your spending money for the day to get a hotel room, just so you know we're not dragging our heels through everything that's going on, and we can kind of get the action rolling. So it's Tuesday morning.
It's a good call.
What do you want to do?
Can I roll to?
Um,
Can I do my con roll to get over my altitude sickness?
Oh, right.
Sorry, our keeper of arcane secrets is a little busy being served. God, what's on the dinner table tonight? I actually didn't eat dinner before I started, and I'm very fascinated.
it's halibut.
halibut's good.
It's pretty good.
God, what's it like?
It's like halibut.
I'm
Yeah.
sure it sounds good.
It feels very unprofessional, but it is pretty good.
That's okay.
Can I roll? Can I roll to get rid of my altitude sickness?
You can try.
I'm gonna do the same.
Yeah.
And Jack, I can succeed.
Well
I got
done.
an extreme success.
Right.
What-
It
what-
does. Yeah. So you managed to acclimatize.
What stat is it that determines if you succeed?
Con.
Your con. So you're underneath characteristics.
I failed. I'm still a sick girl. I was gonna say,
Norman
I-
succeeded.
Yeah. Norman also failed.
I had a hard
Can I-
success.
Can I have a question. Is there anything I can use my first aid skill or medicine skill? No, maybe not. I probably shouldn't do
You're
that.
gonna try to heal us of altitude sickness?
I was just gonna see if I could help acclimatize faster, because there are tricks you can use to help acclimatize
They're
people
gonna
faster.
like rub our back, you know.
Oh yeah. Oh Ruth, if
You know,
you're
I
looking for a
wanna
back
take
rub, I know a guy.
I don't wanna help Ruth acclimatize to the.
It would probably be a medicine roll to see if you know what any of those tricks are.
Think you got what it takes, Leon?
I don't want to do it after that comment that Ruth just made.
Fine, Ruth. I hope you vomit.
I didn't say that. I just don't choose not to open my mouth about it.
All right. So Jackson says, so we can stay in town and try and find my contact, or we can just go to the pyramid, get what we need. It really makes no difference to me at this point. It's really up to you.
I'm
I
down
just
to
feel
go.
that we know too little. I think the wise lady's guidance would be invaluable to us.
Wow.
We gotta consider this, Harrison. We're not only putting ourselves in danger going after someone who's being hunted by the same group, we're putting her in danger by going to see her.
But what if
Can you
going
really
to
live?
the pyramid and solving the mystery would rid the world of these creatures? What if we can do her a service in exchange for her help?
Well, we're still going to the pyramid.
But
You know,
I just feel we know too little.
this
Well, you know, when Harrison puts it like that, maybe it's not a bad idea to make sure she's doing okay.
me and Harrison actually agree on something for once.
Once in a blue moon, I suppose.
Knowledge
Well,
is key for making your way through the darkness of life.
Wow, thank you. Hold on.
Which inspirational quote website did you go for that one?
Website? What
Sorry.
I
What
get inspirational quotes
inspirational-
sent to
what-
me via telegraph every morning.
Yeah. What inspirational quote have you seen in the scrolls of the Great Inspirational Library?
You know, I prefer to keep that to myself so all my content doesn't get stolen. There's only so
Oh, you
much
are
out
talking-
there.
That's true. You are talking to two writers right now.
Writers.
Ruth, for the sake of peace, I will not rise to your jabs. I know
You mean-
that I have published great, great novels, and one day you will read one about this very experience, and you will be blown away.
Why would I get your book about the experience we had together? I was there.
But you can read it through someone else's eyes and someone else's words.
I already don't like hearing you speak. Why would I want to read your voice?
I can't wait till the chapter when you say that Harrison saved Leon from persuasion checks on the boat.
Well, Ruth, I plan to include many chapters about our wild experiences in the
Do you
bedroom.
even know who you're
Yeah.
talking to right now?
So wait, you're
Uh,
gonna make this poor lady read a book where you gave her an unsolicited marriage proposal in the first chapter?
Uh,
I won't make the final cut of the novel. That doesn't show good on Harrison. His book should make him look good.
That's okay. I'll tell them about the sparkle in their eyes as they witness the glory of my mysterious ring, and then I will say no more.
You know, if you can write a book, I'm sure I can write a book. The
Mm,
truth,
mhm.
the truth about Harrison Dodge, a fraud.
Ruth, what did I do to you?
Oh.
Like I said,
I've tried to show you nothing but kindness.
I don't respect men like you, men who think they can control the world with their words. You have nothing, just air.
I'll do whatever it takes to prove you wrong, Ruth. I'm a man of
So,
substance.
maybe we should get going now.
I want to say that I've already started walking towards the island that.
Ruth and I just standing arguing in the middle of a plaza. There's
What?
no one around.
Where'd Leon go?
Oh, it's all about Leon, isn't it? Leon this, Leon that. Leon's got big shoulders. We get it. We see him too.
I walk away.
Well, now I just look silly speaking to myself.
I'd like wave
Hello?
over to Ruth to come over.
All right.
I like
So-
how wishy-washy Leon is, because like last session I was defending Harrison's books, and then this session I'm just like, fuck.
Every
He's
Leon,
a man
I
who
will
doesn't
see
know
yet
what he
where your
wants.
allegiances lie.
The true skills of an assassin are the fact that I can go on either side.
Did you just admit to everyone that you're an assassin?
Didn't we already know that?
Oh.
I'm not surprised by this information. Therefore, I believe I already knew.
I said I've dealt with shady characters before in my line of work.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is what you said. Well, your characters don't know what Leon does for a living. Anyways, so you guys kind of make it down to some sort of basic docks around the lake. Jackson manages to secure passage on some fishing boats out onto the floating islands, which are a few kilometers away. So, could I get... if whoever's going with Jackson, which is everyone, could you all make
Yes.
a spot hidden roll for me?
Uh-oh.
I got a 9. And that is, for me, that is a hard success.
I also got a hard success.
I also got a hard success.
Hard success, boys!
Damn.
Every time Jack
Everyone.
asks us all to roll, we all do good. Anytime he asks us to individually roll, it's very
Teamwork.
sporadic.
Power in numbers.
And Graydon is watching from above, I guess.
So sad when Graydon is like, I want to be watching out for shifty stuff going on. When I actually ask for a roll to notice shifty stuff, he's having internet issues.
Oh,
So sad. That was him leaving the campaign forever.
my gosh. We asked him to roll as a team. He just jumps into the lake and doesn't come back.
So, those of you who succeed on this roll, which is all three
Graydon
of you,
says hi.
you all notice two people who have been tailing you from a distance. One is a woman, maybe mid-30s, kind of average build, normal, and one is a teenaged boy. They kind of followed you down the street and onto. They're a ways away, like on a separate dock, but they seem to be watching you and kind of trying to be inconspicuous about it. But you can tell that they're tailing you.
Can I I know it's the middle of the day. But can I try to slip away and hide, like kind of slip away and hide somewhere and wait for them to kind of pass by? Roll like a stealth for that or something?
Yes, you certainly can make a stealth check. How about, do you want to do that? Do you kind of want to...
Well, I assumed because it was during the day, I would just have a penalty die because it's the daylight, so it's harder to get away.
Yeah, okay.
So I'll just roll the 10 twice and see what I can come up with.
Is that great?
Sounds good.
All right, so that one's gonna be just a success. Oh, unless I roll higher than a 6. Give me a second. All right, no, so 74. So that's just a success, and then a hard success. So I got a regular success.
Okay, sounds good.
So are you gonna like tell us what you're doing, or are you just kind of veering off?
Well, I'm not like I'm kind of just subtly disappearing because I'm trying to like make it look as not obvious that I'm just like jump into the corner.
I just imagine Jared's just walking, then just.
You know those movie scenes, Peter, where there's like a crowd and then someone walks by the crowd and the person's gone. That's how I'm imagining this happen.
I choose to imagine you as Mr. Bean.
I walk away in the straight leg walk.
So that was a regular success for your stealth check, right?
Yeah.
And what's your stealth skill?
My stealth skill is a AT.
Okay.
How?
Is it because
we couldn't go above
succeeded?
75?
You can't go above 75, but that's fine. We'll deal with it later.
I'll shift that down to 75 and put the other 5 points somewhere else.
Okay, whatever works. Anyways, so you do manage to veer off from the main group and hide somewhere.
Okay, I'm just gonna wait until they kind of pass by, and hope my team doesn't all of a sudden start freaking out and like jumping around to make it obvious that I'm not there.
Sure. So they don't pass by. They're just chilling on the docks that you're chilling on.
Okay, can I keep an eye on them?
Yeah, absolutely.
Are the rest of us just keep carrying on in the direction of the wise lady's house?
I assume you're all getting on a boat to go out to the little... Yeah, unless you're doing something else. I'm assuming that Leon is not coming with you at this point.
No.
All right.
Anybody see where Leon went? Why did Leon go missing? Leon?
I'm sure he can handle himself. Let's not announce that one of us is missing.
Yeah, this seems to be something he does.
I want to get on this boat. Maybe there's fish in these waters, Norman says.
I was gonna ask, does Norman have like one of those folding like fishing rods that need to fit in the suitcase?
You know
that
what?
would have been.
I'll allow it. Or if not, he maybe fashions a little fishing rod out of a stick and some string or something like that. I don't know.
Wow, what a guy.
He's a resourceful guy. So, in that case, you all get onto this little fishing boat and start paddling off.
I want to, as we paddle off, I kind of want to look where those two who are following us are at, if we can see them.
So, since you guys succeeded the spot hidden roll, you do notice that after you get a ways into the lake, the two of them also get on a separate boat, just the two of them, and start paddling as well.
And the cannons.
Can I try to persuade someone to let me get on a boat behind them?
Leon's like, 2 can play at this game, suckers.
I imagine like GTA where you just like rip them out the boat and just take it.
Has to be a extreme success because there is a language barrier.
Can I have like money in my hand to make it a hard success? Because it's the very.
Yeah, I mean, that you can try and bribe them.
Take it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Take it.
How much money? How much money are you offering?
I don't need to buy anything for today. I'm just gonna put my day's worth.
Oh my
$10
God.
US. I'm taking your boat.
Here's my pocket change. Thanks for your boat.
Buy a
You know
new
what?
boat with a
10
currency that you don't
10
use.
US dollars, just regular success.
Yes. Yes. Thank God I spent $10 because I just succeeded.
Ooh.
So you find a fisherman, kind of older guy, very thin, kind of missing a few teeth, wearing a big hat, and you basically put $10 in his hand and get in his boat, and he gets in with you, and he hands you the paddle.
I'm gonna start paddling behind.
Okay. So you guys are all in one boat with Jackson and some other people. These 2 people are following behind, and then Leon is in another boat with an old Peruvian fisherman behind those 2.
See, there's the adventures of Harrison Ford, and then there's the adventures of Leon.
Wow.
It's like that
Wow, you
meme.
sound out,
It's that meme where it's the people in the church and there's the girl holding the gun behind the guy's head, then another girl behind her with a gun, and then the guy with the sniper rifle up above.
Is the Peruvian fisherman have a lace parasol that he's just
Yeah, he's
twirling?
like he's very dainty. No, he's just kicking his feet up, relaxing. You know how it is.
Thanks for the ride.
He's $10 richer.
Nice.
I'm gonna do something real quick here. Just because I'm curious.
I'm scared.
Are you checking the currency conversion?
I am checking the inflation calculator for the United States because I'm very curious. So in 1921, if you gave a Peruvian fisherman $10, you just handed that man $150.
I really needed the boat.
Yeah.
I think I would do that.
Yeah, but look, I just made a great friend. Like, this is what I've done.
Yeah,
The
you don't speak the
locals,
same language,
Yeah,
but
you know what
locals-
this man's thinking.
I don't
this
care.
man loves you. This man
I
just
see
made
this, I see this big toothless smile staring back at me, and I'm just like, you know what? I've done good on 2 notes. I've helped this man, and I'm chasing these 2 people that are coming after you.
so hard to eat and DM at the same time. I'm so sorry. So you all make it to the few kilometers out into the water, and you get off at the reed island that's just floating in the middle of the lake. The 2 people who are in the boat, they don't go to the island. They're just paddling around like the outskirts, watching. And Leon, you see all of this. All right. So, okay. So you all get off at the island, and you're brought into a little thatched hut with Jackson, who's translating for you. And there, amongst a few other people, is this old woman with very short white hair, quite wrinkled, but has a very jovial smile on her face. And Jackson starts speaking to her in Spanish, and he kind of gestures over to you. Oh, this is Nera. She doesn't speak English, but I'm happy to translate for y'all.
I'm gonna wave.
All right. So,
Alright.
so Nera kind of gets up and picks something off and goes over to you, Harrison, and offers it to you. It looks like some dried meat.
I happily take it because I'm polite and also like food.
Yeah.
In my face.
What she just handed you was not a piece of dried meat. It was actually a stick, and you just bit into it. And she begins laughing maniacally when you do that.
I laugh too.
like just cackling like an old witchy cackle.
Well, at least it tastes good.
Are you okay, Harrison?
I'm pretty hungry, and I thought that this was like some jerky beef or something. Everyone makes mistakes.
Ah.
Sorry, I had to include that. The book said that's what she does, so I'm like, all right, I guess I'll do that.
Great. Am I just holding this stick now?
I
Do
mean,
I
you
give it back
can
to her?
you can throw the stick away if you want. You can just toss it.
No, it's my dude. She gave it to me. It's a gift. I'm not going to turn it down.
That's my
It tastes
chewing
that
stick.
good, but delicious.
All right. So Jackson's like, do you have any questions that you want to ask about the area or anything to that effect?
Yeah, I want to know everything. I want to know why she's hiding. I want to know when she started to notice these people, and what to look out for.
Can
So-
we tell her about like what's happened to us, or has Jackson already done that?
No, you can. You're absolutely allowed to talk about that stuff and relay that information to her.
Jackson, could you explain what we've gone through so far?
And they start conversing, and he relays all of that information. Through the conversation, you pick up that maybe for the past year or so, there's always been tales of this pyramid up in the highlands that something evil came out of, but it has always been kind of kept at bay and nothing too bad has been happening. But in the past sort of 6 months to a year, there's been this influx of people going missing. Originally, it was attributed to the Spanish flu, the flu pandemic that was quite prevalent the past couple years, killed millions of people worldwide. But now it seems that isn't the case, and people are just straight up going missing. And it's largely been attributed to this sort of vampiric cult that supposedly came from the Europeans who came and colonized the area and disturbed something in the pyramid.
I see. So the stinky looks make a bit more sense now.
Yes, exactly. And they especially attribute the sort of the vampire cult with Europeans. So you guys having white skin definitely makes them very cautious of you. Although she does mention that recently it seems like locals have been turned into whatever monsters these can be. So it's tougher to just judge people based on their appearance now. So whatever's happening, they seem to be being turned, and it's impossible to tell who's who because they just look like normal humans most of the time.
Can I do a? I'll tell you what I want to do, and you can tell me what check I need to do.
Yeah.
I'd like to see if I can discern if she's exhibiting any of those symptoms. I want to see if she's sus.
Oh, if there's something wrong with her.
Yes.
Yeah. Why don't you give me? Give me a psychology check.
Okay.
While Matt's doing that, I want to go outside and kind of just keep watch. Keep an eye out on things.
Sure, make another spot hidden check for me.
Success.
That was a hard success I got.
So, doesn't seem like there's anything off about her. To you, Harrison, She just seems like a very jovial old woman who is
Mm.
eager to relay her information about
Mhm.
the local area and local mythology to you.
And have
Mhm.
sticks.
Yeah, makes people. She seems very, very jovial. She seems like a bit of a trickster, as exhibited by making you bite a stick. Okay, so Ruth, what you see are the same two people kind of rowing around the island, and behind them, Leon in another boat with a Peruvian fisherman.
I'm gonna stare for maybe like 5 seconds, then shake my head and just kind of confusion and disappointment and go back inside.
Fair enough. All right. Yeah. While you're here, is there anything else you want to do? Anything you want to
Can
talk
we
about?
ask her what she knows about the monsters in particular? Like, what is it exactly that causes them to turn?
Well, let's see if she knows that kind of information. So she doesn't exactly know what happens to these people. But she does know that she's seen Luis de Mendoza here in the past, and she's the one who pointed him out to Jackson the last time he was visiting her here.
Interesting.
She had her suspicions because he fit the classical example of what one of these monsters would be. Although, you know,
Does she know of any way to visually spot the monster when they're just disguised as a human?
She does not. Oh, wait. Oh. She doesn't know, like, necessarily any visual indicators, but a lot of the folklore has to deal with the sucking of fats and like using fat ritualistically or to grease things, particularly fat that has been sucked from their victims, and that they're described sort of as like almost a leech, if that makes sense.
Okay.
In fact, the word karasiri comes from a term used to like meaning to carve something with a knife.
Oh, horrifying.
Quite horrifying. Very horrifying.
I want to ask her if she knows about like the pyramid being booby trapped or anything like that.
So, what she knows about the pyramid is that the story that she was told is that there was an ancient god that fell from the sky and landed in the lake that you're in right now. When it crawled out of the lake, it brought a hunger with it and devoured everything it touched. Another god here managed to trap it in underground and then built a temple and then a pyramid around it. Then he told it that it was a secret site and that the spells around it worked in gold. The god from the sky still lives underneath the temple to this day, and those who know of it are wise to avoid its tomb. Consequently, nobody here in Puno ever goes to that site. She doesn't know anything about booby traps, but that's kind of the legend surrounding the pyramid, if that makes sense.
I have alcohol now.
Congratulations.
Whoa. Good for you. What is it?
It's a gin and tonic.
I was enjoying a delicious shock top earlier, but it is now empty. And I'm sad.
Do you like Shark Tops?
I would go so far as to call Shock Top my signature beer. Me and Shock Top, we're like peas in a pod. We're like bread and butter. We're like
That's
a
good
guy
beer.
who drinks
Hmm.
beer. I'm glad you approve, Jared.
So many unofficial
Glad you approve.
sponsors on today's stream.
That's right.
What was the other unofficial sponsor?
Chaosium.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, as this is happening, Leon,
I'm ready.
you see the two people in the boat meet up on the water with one more person in a boat, and he gets into their boat, and they start sort of paddling towards the island.
Interesting. Do I recognize this person?
You do not. It's but it seems to be another shifty character like they are.
Do they look like they're acting abnormal to what all the other, like, besides following us? Like, is there anything like mannerisms that just make me kind of think that that it resembles maybe something similar to Louise?
I mean,
I don't even. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of an odd question for it, but thought I'd. I don't even know how you'd even do that because we didn't know Louise, but I'm just thinking like if he had any kind of unusual mannerisms, being a freaky fish person.
make a psychology roll for me.
Okay, Mom. Dice don't let me down right now. All right, I got a hard success.
Hard success. Yeah, they don't seem normal. They seem like very odd in their mannerisms and what they're doing, and they seem to be paddling towards that island with ill intent.
All right. Well, since we're traveling,
Action star Leon.
I would happen to have
A rifle with you?
a sniper rifle with me.
You
a
would.
Springfield rifle.
You absolutely would.
This
I
whole
want-
time?
I knew.
I want to move the boat with the old man to a location where I have a good vantage of the entrance to the building, if I can see it from the water. And then I want to observe.
Fucking John Wick.
Okay.
over
That's what I said. There's Harrison Ford's adventures, and then there's Leon's adventures.
It's Harrison Dodge, Leon. Show some respect. I don't even know Harrison Ford.
Leon really is just having a completely separate campaign from the rest of you guys.
No kidding. Maybe Leon needs to write a book.
Yeah, that's easy enough. So you paddle a little bit closer, and you manage to train your Springfield rifle on them the whole way, so you can watch them. You've got them in your sights. It's a little bit tough to balance on like a rowboat, but you're a pretty decent shot.
I would like to, so the man in the boat doesn't freak out that I just whipped out a sniper rifle and I'm aiming it down somewhere. I would like to give him $5 more. I know it dips into my cash.
Take the money. Take the money.
Where?
Yeah.
How were you
Yeah,
hiding
no.
the sniper rifle?
I wasn't hiding it, but I'm now pointing it at someone.
Okay.
There's a difference between having it on me in the jungle and then
yeah.
pointing it in a direction.
My mental image of you did not include a sniper rifle.
Yeah, you gotta clue us into these things.
He had it. He just wasn't walking around the streets of Lima with it. Basically.
Yeah. Like I used it at that one point, and now I used the scope because I convinced Jack that I had the scope on me, but I didn't.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't have my sniper with me.
So yeah, the man happily takes the other $5.
This guy's just the best. So now I changed my cash $5 down, right? Because I just went past my spending. Okay.
Yep.
$75. Okay.
Give him the sniper rifle when you're done, then he's the murderer.
No. He's my friend.
All right. So Leon, they're still rowing towards the island, and you think they're up to no good. What are you gonna do?
I just want to watch and see how they approach the house itself. Because I don't want to just shoot at some people just because they could simply not like us because we are not from here. Like, it could have just been a bad experience with someone and they're just like, fuck these foreigners. We're going to mess them up. I just want to observe, and if they start attacking the house, then I'm going to take action.
Gotcha. All right, so you wait a little while. Do you guys have anything else you want to ask Naira while you're here?
If
What made her want to go into hiding?
that's what I was gonna say.
Because she recognized that Luis Mendoza was probably a threat, and when she pointed that out to Jackson, that she might be being followed, and she was right. So she decided to go into hiding. So, a couple minutes pass. The group of people are getting very, very close to the island. In fact, I would say they're beginning to disembark their boat. People around them aren't paying them much mind, other people on the island. But they also, they look like locals. They could be locals for all you know.
Okay. I'm just going to keep observing. I'm waiting.
At this point, I'm gonna share that I saw both these people and Leon with the group.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, did Ruth see me?
She did. She saw you while you were gone.
Okay.
I went outside
Perfect.
to see. Just to see.
Perhaps it's time we take our leave, friends.
I want to see what Leon's.
I'm keeping this stick.
So, as the three of them get out of their boat, you guys kind of decide to leave Nair at the same time, unless you have anything else that you want to do or say. Anything else? Any more burning questions?
I said something at the beginning, but I forgot.
Right. So, in that case, you three plus Jackson, and let's say Norman's here as well, I guess. He's chilling in the back. You leave the hut as the three people kind of get on land. You recognize two of them as the people who were looking at you during your time when you made that spot hidden roll earlier. They kind of sorry, pardon me.
Don't die, Jack.
No, that hell of
Are you okay?
A peppercorn,
okay?
a peppercorn went down my throat and started burning.
Ooh, that's so good.
This is why I don't eat and DM at the same time. So the three of them are kind of standing shoulder to shoulder on the shoreline, and they're kind of staring your group down. So there's the middle-aged woman, the teenage boy, and the other man who...
Can we agree on standing shoulder to shoulder and just staring at them right back? Anybody want to take me up on that
Do
offer?
you think that's the best move? Do you think maybe we should just go about our business? Like, are they coming coming towards us in terms of like a confrontation?
They have put themselves between you and the boats that you used to get here, and are just staring you down.
Interesting. Should we maybe try and find a location that would be well suited for combat, especially since I fully intend on fucking these people up?
I mean, you're on a beach, so it's pretty open.
Well, how much?
gonna be
I mean,
good
I'm not looking for an open place. I'm looking for an alleyway so I can give them the sauce.
It's not that kind of island. There's no alleyway here. They're like simple buildings built on floating reeds.
All right. I think it's important that we approach them. Can Ruth still see Jared? Do we? Oh, sorry. Can we all still see Leon right now? Do we know where?
Ruth is the only one who saw him. If you want to,
Okay.
Yeah.
Does
She did
Ruth
share with us
still
that
see
he's
Leon?
following.
She did.
Yeah.
She told us that she told us that Leon left us to follow them, but I think only Ruth knows where Leon is right now. Is that right?
Correct.
I meant to share that both the two people and that Leon was following them.
Right, but you.
Which you did.
So then,
I think you only mentioned Leon though. I don't know if you mentioned the two people.
Okay.
so then
Rude.
Ruth would see me right now that I have my sniper out on the water.
Well, you've moved a little bit, so Ruth would
Oh,
have
fair
to
enough.
double check.
Yeah, I think we
You-
should approach. And
You are
list
being
the sleuth
stared
out there.
down by three people, three random ass people.
Is the great Harrison Dodge gonna let a teenager stare him down on the edge of a waterfront?
I think the frick not, gang. Why don't we go over there and have a little conversation with them? See what we can figure out.
Lead the way.
Come on, gang. Hello, kind locals. I can't help but notice that you're standing quite menacingly in front of our only way off this island, and I thought
As
I'd maybe.
you begin talking to them, the mouths begin opening much in
I
the
would
same
like,
way.
I would like
I pull out the gun.
Jack, because I already had my gun out. Can I take like a bonus action shot? Because I would see that.
What is your dexterity score?
My dexterity score is a 50.
How?
Cue Final Fantasy VII battle music. Sorry, Jack.
I would say, since you're aiming, you get the aim bonus, which gives you a plus to your dexterity. I just need to check what the exact number on that is.
Mhm.
It was a lot when I did it.
It's like 50 or something like that, but I want to make
Oh,
sure.
shit.
Where it is? Come on.
I'm so tense
All right, dice.
now.
It's very tense. I'm sorry. I'm trying to.
This is not the time I need my dice to fail me. This is not the moment.
Gonna use all your luck.
Yes.
I have 3 of them sitting here, and I just got to choose which of these 3 I am choosing.
Okay, Leon, I will allow it. I will let you go first because you have the plus 50 dex bonus. What's everyone else's dex?
70.
45.
I'm Dex as fuck, boy.
How close did we get to them before they started doing this thing? And I was definitely hanging behind Harrison.
You were already pretty close
Just
to
make
them.
that clear.
Good lord, can you guys not just like be with me on something? These guys are clearly threatening.
I'm
They're
with
threatening
you.
us as
I'm
a
with
unit.
you. I wasn't
I
walking
want
like,
you to
in a
be like
line.
next to me.
Yeah,
I want you to be
I'm
like
with you.
Harrison wants
you
you to hold
place
his
yourself-
hand as he walks up to these guys.
Look,
Yeah,
I only
was
draw
like-
strength from the support of my friends. Okay, I
Yeah,
can't do
Matt,
this without you guys.
I'm like, I'm in the situation as like your support crew. Like you're going up for the talk, and I'm like behind your left shoulder.
I
Like,
will
I'm not
say,
very far
classic
away.
Harrison to have behind you.
Sorry, so Jared, your dex is 55 normally?
It's 50 normally.
50. Okay. And Ruth, what's your dex?
55.
All right. In that case, Leon goes first.
All right. I am going to take a shot at whichever one is running toward or move. Has any of them started moving?
Yeah, I would say the one in the middle would be closest to them. I'd say that's probably the teenager.
Okay, I'm gonna take a shot at it. I feel so
Okay,
horrible. I'm shooting a teenager.
Give me 1 sec. I just need to take a look at the firearms thing.
No more Fortnite for you.
You must play real games now.
Or face the true gamer's bullet.
This is a Warzone bullet, not a Fortnite bullet.
So you're aiming, but since you're sitting on a rowboat, I'm going to say that cancels out the that's 1 bonus die and 1 penalty die. So straight roll.
All right.
Great firearm.
Come on, dice. I just need one good bang-on shot.
Let's go. Let's go.
All right.
Well,
Crit
what'd you get?
success, bitches.
Thank God.
Okay.
I got a 12. I got a 12, and my thing is a 13 for a crit for a extreme success.
Right. Oh,
Holy shit.
also, I need everyone to make a sanity check as well because you are seeing the Karasiri open up their fish-like appendages once again.
All right. Well, I got a 38, and my insanity's 90. So I mean, I feel like it's gonna be hard for me to fail a sanity roll for quite some time.
Yes, it's very difficult for you.
The bad news is I failed. The good news is I rolled 69.
Perfect.
What happens now? I take sanity damage, right?
Yeah. I just need to know who fails and who succeeds first.
I
Yeah,
failed.
yeah,
I
Roger,
succeed.
Roger.
Okay. So those of you who succeed, you take no sanity damage. Those of you who fail, you take 6 points of sanity damage,
Oh, fuck.
which is not good because.
Gonna need that shit later on.
So I think this is the first time this has happened. Give me 1 second.
Man, Peter, we are not getting lucky on some of these like minor rolls today. Like, oh, you want to not get serious altitude sickness? Too bad. You want to not lose your marbles when you see a fish person out of a real person? Too bad.
Sorry, my cheat sheet doesn't have this explained properly. I have to go.
No,
to
don't
the
worry,
book.
Jack.
It's
No
fine. I have plenty of time to
problemo.
feel nervous and
This is gonna be a
anxious and
personal
scared.
roll to see my odds of success. That's a very bad roll. That's a very bad roll.
Oh man,
I could have
he had
told
to
you
look
that.
into it so tight.
I got a 93.
Here, I'm gonna roll to boost. I'm gonna boost Peter's. If I get below a 10, you're gonna be super successful.
Holy shit.
Wait, Peter, you gotta choose. You gotta choose which you can mix and match, but you have to choose which ones I roll with.
Okay. So, sorry, I don't know what happened there.
Give us 2 seconds here, Jack. We're just seeing how successful Peter's gonna be.
I want the middle two and then the bottom left one of the bottom two. Does that make sense?
What?
No.
You
Nope.
say you want 3
No,
dice.
you can only pick 2. You can only pick 2 of these dice.
All right, look, I don't want to derail your fun, but we need to see if Harrison and Ruth go insane.
Wait, are you serious? If you get that big of a sanity drop, you just go nuts? You just go bonkers?
If you lose 5 or more sanity points as the result of a single sanity roll, sufficient emotional trauma has been suffered that the keeper must test the investigator's sanity. So what I need is both Ruth and Harrison to make an intelligence roll and tell me if you get above or below your intelligence.
Come on, baby.
0 is just like if I did 0 then 7, it's just 7, right? That's what we decided, yeah?
That is correct.
Okay, I got below.
I also
It's actually
got below.
700.
You both got below. So this is the rare case where it's bad to actually succeed on the roll because it means you're smart enough to understand that you are seeing something horrific. So
Ignorance is bliss.
exactly. That's exactly what it is. So that means you both go temporarily insane.
Do I have to mark that on my sheet, or do I just stay with? Oh, sorry. Yeah, you you check the box, right? There's a temporarily insane box.
No,
Sorry.
the man does not lie.
Very cool. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Not like this fight could have gotten any harder.
So you are both suffering a bout of insanity for 8 rounds of combat.
Oh.
God.
And you both suffer from a phobia. Ooh, interesting. That's cool.
No,
You have a phobia of freaky fish people now.
It's cool for me.
Harrison's gonna be scared of books.
Oh, I would take it. I would take
Jack,
it.
Jack, please.
My life's work.
Have mercy. Please, have mercy.
So- Oh, now this game is getting exciting for me.
Oh, really? That's good. I'm glad.
So Ruth,
Mm-hmm.
you 47. Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Oh. That's a good thing to hear from your DM.
As you watch this happen, you become hyper fixated on the gun that Leon has just pulled out, and you see out of the corner of your eye, that Clyde has just pulled out, and you see out of the corner of your eye, your friend Leon is training a sniper rifle onto the island that you're on. You are currently suffering from haplophobia, the fear of firearms.
Ooh.
That's not good. That's not good.
Harrison,
What does that look like? What does that look like, Peter?
Fear of books, 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 fear of books.
Is it fear of gross fish people? Because I'm already there.
kind of. Harrison, I rolled a 100 on the D100, and you hear splashing in the water and a bird fly overhead and screech as you are just filled with this sense of fear, not only from the things you see in front of you that remind you of animalistic carnage, and you are suffering from zoophobia, the fear of animals.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's not
All
good.
animals?
God.
All animals.
Oh, good thing we're going into the jungle.
Okay, so how are we like expected to act now that we're temporarily insane and also have very specific phobias?
So let me explain how a bout of madness works. So you're only, this is temporary insanity, so it's not as bad as it could be.
Okay,
So
it's a silver
bas-
lining.
yeah. So sorry, give me 1 second here.
It's okay. I'm just dying with anticipation.
So effectively what's going on here is you have lost control of yourself, and it's the madness that is dictating your actions. You can't lose further sanity during this time, but because the bout of madness lasts for 8 combat rounds, because I rolled an 8 on the D10, so you are going through that bout of madness during that time.
So do we just not get to choose our actions for the next 8 rounds, or do we only have like limited options?
Yeah, you basically are paralyzed with fear, the two of you, and there's nothing you can currently do.
Oh, great. Okay, guys,
Now,
be
Jack,
there.
What about Norman?
Norman
I
succeeded
need
his
some
sanity
backup.
roll.
Thank you.
Fear of fishes,
Goodness.
fear of fishes.
So Norman is okay.
Good
And
for him.
Norman, I gotta pull up his character sheet here.
Wait, so are mine and Ruth's phobias permanent now?
I have to read up on that. I think your backstory becomes slightly altered by a bout of madness, but I don't think
Oh.
I don't think you're permanently like terrified of guns or fish. But before we
You
get
just
to
have a
that,
slight sensitivity. Okay.
Jared, I would like you to roll for damage for your Springfield rifle, as you just shot somebody in the back of the head, basically.
Perfect. Come on, baby. Come on. I'm so good at firearms. Let's go. Okay, Graydon, kiss this dice.
It's for damage, not
Case. Oh, for damage. I don't have to roll the
Yeah.
hit.
No,
No,
you
you already
hit
hit.
already. You rolled that.
Oh,
You're
right,
good.
sorry.
No kiss.
All right, because I got that extreme success. I remember that. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so Springfield's 2d6 plus 4. All right, so I did 11 plus 4 is to 15.
15. So the teenage one starts like lumbering towards your group. You see two of your friends like freeze with fear. You fire, and it hits him like through the back of the neck, and he falls over onto the reeds, dead
Nice.
immediately.
Damn.
Springfield rifle, I believe you can take more than one shot per round if you
Oh,
want.
no, it says 1 here. It says attacks 1.
Let me just double check that real quick because
Okay, it says ammo 5, but attack 1.
let's just make sure because you guys might need all the help you can get.
I'm upset. Here I am, confidently approaching these silly people, and then the moment they show a bad side, I'm just like,
After hearing the gunshot, I'm gonna curl into a ball and just start screaming no.
Okay. That's that tracks.
I'm just staring at a seagull flying off into the distance, like, oh god.
Start
Oh
shooting at it.
god.
The horror.
The fear has driven Matt so much that these freaky fish people resemble animals, and he goes absolutely ape shit on them.
Yeah.
He pulls out guns we didn't even know he had in his arsenal, and he just starts fucking going at it. Takes his books out, starts hitting them with the book.
Tears off my arm and starts hitting them with it.
You
That
can only
didn't sound
fire
right.
one shot per round, but oh boy, you made that shot count.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jared.
Run down.
One
Okay,
less
Clyde, you
problem.
got this, boy.
Yeah.
Take it home, buddy.
All right. So the one that was going after Harrison
That's
is
me.
lying dead on the ground.
Let's go.
So next, it is another one of their turns
Mhm.
because he has a slightly higher dex than you guys.
When I think our only person with a high dex is currently insane and scared of birds.
Scared of birds.
Scared of birds. So, I'm going to say this is the female one on the right is going to lunge towards Ruth.
Oh.
That's good. Ruth's on the ground doing screaming.
Yeah.
Doing screaming.
So, unfortunately, Ruth is on the ground screaming and cannot fight back.
Plucks.
So, that is a 33, which is a success. So, they do
Don't hurt me, Daddy.
Puppy.
So she lunges at you and like takes a swipe at your face and does 3 points of damage
Okay.
as you're on the ground.
See, it doesn't seem like much, but when you have such low health counters in this game,
I was like,
it's
Yeah.
It's three's
It's
fine.
rough.
Then I looked and I was like,
yeah.
oh.
3 is not
Oh.
fine.
Okay. Now it is
Please help your friendly neighborhood female.
I did
Please
try,
help
but you
your
started
resident
screaming on the
girl
ground when I
gamer.
shot.
You scared me.
so the other one. So there's a 3-way tie between one of the monsters, Ruth and Norman. Ruth can't do anything, so I don't remember how you resolve ties. So I'm just going to roll luck to see if Norman or the monster goes first.
Come on,
Oh
Norman.
god.
This is his time to shine.
I hope Evan's like watching this while he's building the deck. And
Evan probably
Well,
left instructions to Jack of exactly what to do in terms of a gun.
Okay, so Norman wins just barely.
Nice.
His fishing reaction. He pulls fish out of the water and grabs them midair. Has finally paid off.
I'm faster than you, fish person.
Can Norman get bonus damage because they're freaky fish people?
It's his
He's
favorite.
got like
enemy.
an affinity bonus.
They see a fisherman. They're like, oh shit.
Oh. The strongest of men.
Evan did leave me instructions on how to play Norman.
Oh my god.
Because you need him. You need
Let's
him.
hear it.
Norman's gonna run away.
You do see for a moment in Norman's eyes, it looks like he's like, do I run? No, not this time. And as Norman comes around from the side of the hut with a shotgun in hand, but instead of aiming towards one of the creatures, aims down towards the floor in front of them and fires a shot into the reed mat.
Oh, smart guy.
Alright.
I scream again.
You
God.
didn't scream when you got attacked, but you're screaming because the gun went off.
Well, if they attacked me with a gun,
Hand-to-hand combat. Ruth's just like, is that all you got? Is that it?
wordlessly dodging everything.
So, this is so stupid. He instructed, so Evan literally said he will run from combat unless he can think of something crazy to do. So I'm like, well, shooting the floor to make them fall into the water is kind of crazy. And that's exactly what happens.
Oh my
As
god.
Norman fires into the floor, takes out part of the island, and one of the creatures falls into the lake.
That's actually
Alright.
helpful.
God damn it, Norman.
Thanks, I guess.
I love role-playing games.
I just love the images. I just love old Norman like, yippee-ki-yay, mother trucker.
That's pretty much exactly what it is.
Cool.
Was it the female one that fell through?
No, he shot the floor out from the one that shared a turn with him because it
Right.
yeah, otherwise he would have run the risk of shooting you. Which maybe that's how Evan would have done it, but
I
I'm
like
not
this
Evan.
outcome.
A risk I'm willing to take.
So in that case, it goes to Clyde's turn.
All right. Well, holding my 44, I'm gonna aim down towards the creature that's like near Ruth.
Yep.
I'm gonna try to get that thing off.
Okay. Try and get it off.
Roll good, please.
That's the plan.
You don't seem too concerned about it.
I failed.
You failed.
I failed. But now I get 3 shots per round.
That's true.
So, do I just
But
keep shooting, or do you want to play this out and then?
It's a penalty die for each subsequent shot.
Oh, okay.
And in fact, there would have been a penalty die on that one because you're firing into a melee. So your next shot has 2 penalty dice, and then your third shot has 3 penalty dice. But you can fire 2 more shots.
Make good choices.
That's a very sane thing to say.
Yeah, no.
Shoot the bird! Shoot the bird!
Now, does that count as my action? Or
Yeah, that's if you're only shooting once, then that's it.
okay. Well, I'm gonna shoot once and then back up, so
Okay.
that I'm no longer within melee with this creature.
No, it's a melee combat because they're fighting with melee, so you're firing into melee combat, which is always a penalty die. So in fact, if Leon goes to take a shot with his sniper rifle on his next turn, he will also have a penalty die because he's firing into melee now.
Okay.
So
I
during
see.
his
I
first
thought
shot,
it
the,
was-
the melee hadn't started?
Yeah, that's kind of how I envisioned it
Okay.
in my mind, because the fight was just kind of about to kick off, but there was still some distance between you guys.
Yeah.
Jack, that sounds like I'm gonna have a harder time getting an extreme success.
Yes.
Well, in that case, I'm just still going to back up and I'm going to try to shoot one more time.
Okay, do it.
God.
Which one do I reroll? The 10?
The 10, yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you what right now, it doesn't matter. I failed.
A fail. So Ruth, you hear 2 more gunshots.
Our poor friend Ruth is like, not only is she getting eaten right now, she's getting scared because Gridden's shooting at her.
Clyde,
In a
is that your
panic,
turn?
like- yeah, I mean, I'm going to back up a little
Why
bit,
not,
but yeah.
why not just go for one more shot, right? See what happens.
No, it's not going well for me. I think we're going to save it for the next one.
Okay. In that case, Clyde, or yeah, Leon, it's your turn.
All right, well, let's take another fucking shot. Let's do this.
All right. You pull back the bolts, chamber the next round. You have
All right.
so you're aiming, so that cancels one of the penalty dice.
Yep.
But you have one more penalty dice. So roll the 10 die twice and take the higher number. Yeah.
Okay, so that's a success. Okay, so no matter what, I succeed here. Yeah, 58. I have a 65 as my skill.
Okay. So you chamber another round and fire into the one remaining monster. Roll for damage.
Oh, shit, yeah. That's awesome. 14.
Nice work, Jared. Way to be there.
14. Okay. So the bullet impacts the monster and like it looks really, really hurt. Like you just put a big hole in this guy. He's not looking good at the moment.
All right, Ruth, all you got to do is struggle a little bit harder and you're fine.
Did you say some profanities off mic there or something? I'm confused.
I'm screaming.
Okay.
Okay. Since we decided that Norm goes first, it is now Norm's turn.
Oh, is the other monster dead? Like, because it fell into the water?
It's not. It is gone. It
Okay.
just has not come up from the water.
Okay,
It seems,
cool.
You don't know where it is, but it's gone.
Honestly, that's still a good outcome.
So Norm is going to take his shotgun and aim it at the creature and say, just like back at the Trap and Gill. I don't fucking know. Take a shot.
You can just imagine. You imagine the voice. You
Yeah.
imagine something fish related. That's all we need.
I'm imagining a shotgun shell hit me.
Which he fails. So
That's almost as bad as Matt failing from point blank shot with his
Yeah, I
pistol.
know. No kidding, right? Just when you need it the most.
wait, that's a good point. He is in point blank range.
Ooh. Ooh.
Firing into melee though. Yeah, so it would have just been a straight roll. So no, Norm fails his firearm shot.
Big sound.
However, it's the next monster's turn. He is looking very, very hurt after taking a bullet from a sniper rifle. So he's going to run from combat and dive into the water after his friend because he did not like that.
Do attacks of opportunity happen in this game?
They do not.
Okay.
Not as far as I know, unless I'm missing something from my reading
All right.
of the combat.
I would like to paddle over with the old guy.
The old guy is like, he doesn't really know what he just saw, but he's just vibing.
Nice. I like this guy.
Can he join our party?
Can I do I have like a piece of paper on me, like a scrap piece of paper?
Sure. Why not?
Okay, when we get to land, I want Jackson to tell me the words to put name and address. I want to become pen pals with the guy that I'm on a boat with.
Third shack on
I
the
like him.
left on the second road in the
This is where I'm coming for vacation from now on.
Okay. Fair enough. So you're out of combat. Harrison and Ruth, you are both still suffering from a bout of insanity.
Yeah, well,
Is there
Ruth
anything
is
we
on
can
the
do
ground
to help?
screaming. I'm gonna come over and slap her around.
Wow! Are you gonna slap her on the side that the monster slashed her? Just for extra?
I'm also gonna do that to Harrison.
Oh,
It's like, what are you
gonna-
doing? Get out of it!
You're gonna take
What are you
every
screaming for?
relish every second of that, aren't you? You're gonna freaking bam! I'm like, no! Stop it, giant bird! No! Ah!
I've gotten boom.
Oh! I thought seagull wings were softer than this. Oh!
So wait. Okay. Besides Norm taking down the one monster, I single-handedly won us that combat.
Thanks for being there, Jerry. I meant it when I said it.
Clyde, I said, or you really didn't help me back up my claim where I said, "Don't worry, Harrison. Clyde's a good shot. He's got your back."
Listen, we all have bad days.
I mean, I missed a revolver shot from.
All right.
Clyde, I think you need to slap her around a little bit more. She's not snapped out of it yet.
I'm gonna slap her around a little bit more, and then we go over to the hole and fire around into the hole, or come back and slap her some more.
It's not how you help people.
Okay. So I'm just kind of figuring out what happens with the bout of madness.
No worries.
We
Okay.
blink and we're like, all good.
So after a little while, so the way this is going to work is the phobias that you guys got, they're not like completely cut and dry. They're part of your backstory now, but it's not like every time you see a dog you crawl into a ball and like start weeping uncontrollably, or every time you see a gun you're unable to control yourself. It's more like subtle things that influence how you roleplay, if that makes sense. So like I can kind of come up with one. So I could say like every time somebody draws a gun in your presence, you kind of flinch a little bit because of that phobia, or like every now and then you think you hear like a bird screeching overhead when in fact there's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of subtle things to kind of flesh out your character and make it seem like, you know, they've been through some shit.
I see. But mine is zoophobia, right? So I can't really be only afraid of birds, right? I have to be afraid of the whole kingdom.
It's kind of, it's more like I'm giving you sort of like, I would say it would be really dumb if you're like always scared of animals at every given time. You know,
I see.
More
So
like,
you're giving me a bit of freedom to role play a bit more.
Exactly. And, you know, just kind of like maybe you're, you know, maybe you don't like eating fish or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I think
you should roll with the scared of birds thing, Matt. It's pretty fucking funny.
Yeah. I'm on board with it. I'm on board with it.
Yeah.
Not
Nice.
comedy.
Okay.
Guns are bad.
I don't know. They helped us pretty well a few
Guns?
minutes ago.
Are the devil's work.
I do have to peace out here pretty quick.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
Jack, for the phobias you mentioned that we like flinch in certain scenarios, do you think that would lead to anything gameplay wise, like make it so that we like lose our we have to move last in our turn or something if we see something that triggers our phobia?
It sort of depends. I might say something to that effect if it comes up.
Yeah, it's up to your discretion, I suppose.
Basically. Okay. So there's a few fun things that happen here for you two. I'm going to explain
Great.
them.
Can't
So
wait.
first, after your bout of insanity is over, which will be a minute or so since combat rounds are pretty short, your bout of madness is over, but you go into something called the second phase of insanity, which is underlying insanity. So if you lose any more sanity points during this, you go into another bout of madness, but you are still in control of your character right now.
Does that mean we're indefinitely insane?
No.
Or?
You're just temporarily insane.
So I still have to put in temporarily insane, right? I just
Yes.
erased that, but I have to recheck that?
Yeah.
Shit, dog. So we're in control of our actions for now, but if we lose any more sanity, we'll go back to being insane.
Sort of, yeah.
Okay.
So for the next 2 hours, you both have temporary insanity. So you just kind of have, it's kind of like you just lost control of yourself after seeing something really horrifying, and you've come to your senses, but your mind is still in a fragile state. Something else fun that happens is this is your first bout of insanity that has been brought on by a mythos monster. So you both get to add 5 to your Cthulhu mythos skill and subtract 5 from your total sanity point, or from your full sanity. So if you see on your character sheet where it says sanity at the top, you have a maximum of 99. Your maximum is now 94.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Man, I imagine you'd be hard pressed to leap up that high in sanity, though, right? There's probably not much that can happen in this game that would cause you to increase sanity so much, right? I mean, I started at 45, which is obviously half that.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's ways to get it back, and there's ways to decrease and all that stuff. But basically, how it works is you just encountered an entity that is sort of considered like a Cthulhu mythos monster. So the first time you go insane from that, you automatically get 5 in your Cthulhu mythos skill. You'll notice it's the only one on there that has a 0%.
Yeah,
because it's special that way, basically.
I see.
So that's all
Ruth,
well and good.
We learned from this experience. We came back stronger. It's funny that wait, does that not mean? Oh, okay. No, sorry. I see what you mean. It's just funny that Peter and I get more Cthulhu mythos knowledge, but Jared has literally had one open its face around him and insert something in his body, and he's just like, I don't know.
Jared rolled really well on his sanity checks because he has insane sanity. He rolled the maximum amount that he could get during character creation.
Yeah,
it's too bad Jared lost the rest of his body at some point in life. Now he's just a head floating.
That's why he's so sane.
Yep.
He can put all of his mental willpower into being not insane.
He's like a beholder.
Yep. Okay. So that's all good. Do you guys have any questions about how that works?
No, I think that's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, not as of now.
I out of curiosity though, what is a circumstance where our newly developed Cthulhu mythos stat will actually come in handy for us?
If I ever ask you to make a Cthulhu mythos roll, then
okay, math
gotta
adds up.
roll
Can't
under
argue
5.
with that.
yeah.
Yeah, you still have to make an insane roll, but at least you get the chance.
Hey,
Well,
it's a better chance than I have.
You're doing
Okay.
great, sweetie. Keep it up. Keep carrying us through every
You miss
combat,
100%
including
of the
when
shots
it's just
don't
you.
take.
No, in this case, I miss all the shots, including the ones I take.
Okay. So that's the end of combat. You've taken care of that. You've done all you need to do. People kind of rush out of the huts and see what happens, but Jackson manages to calm them down, and it seems like things are good. So you make it back to the mainland, and Jackson's like, well, I guess we can start worrying about the rest of our journey. Things are getting weird out here.
So, what'd you guys learn in the from your contact there, Jackson?
Oh, just kind of local folklore, kind of a few things that might be useful, but I don't. I think I'm eager to get to this pyramid and see what we can see. I'm gonna have a hell of a time editing this book I'm writing. I'll tell you that for free.
Yes, it's all about the books with you, Jackson, isn't it?
Hey, Clyde, I think we should
Harrison,
write a
they're just
book
sitting in
about
the
how the
back
two
going,
loonies went insane.
I'm
Insane?
more of a
I'm
numbers
not
guy.
insane.
I'm not much for writing.
How about this? You can do the math for how much money we'll make on it, and I'll write the book.
Right.
Right, I like it.
So you guys don't know that they went insane. They just kind of shirked up in fear and are acting a little bit strangely now. Because it's not like they completely lost their mind. It's just like they kind of
I mean,
had
Ruth
a bit of a
kind
bad day.
of did. Ruth dropped to the ground screaming.
Well, I mean, bullets were essentially fired at me.
Yeah.
It's true.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I
think
miss.
at you and in your direction is a different story, actually, pleaded.
I was grappling, or at least I was getting eaten. They were right beside me. That's close enough for me to be nervous, without a phobia.
Hey, is anybody good at first aid? Maybe somebody should look at Ruth.
That's not a bad idea.
I'm good at first aid. I'll take a look
Normally
at
I'm
Ruth.
quite skilled at first aid, but I don't seem to trust what my hands can do right now.
All right, let me roll here. See what I can do for Ruth. All right, I got an extreme success, getting a 5.
An extreme. What is with these rolls, Jared? How are you doing this?
It's
You
been
know
successful,
what my
failed
trick
one
is,
check.
Jack? I change which dice I use every time I roll. I'm just waiting for the time to come, because we're not even through the prologue part of this whole thing. I'm just waiting for the important stuff to come up, and then I won't be able to pick up my spear again through the cage.
Yeah. Okay. So Ruth, you gain 1 hit point from the first aid.
Heck yeah.
Now that first aid has been administered, a medicine check can be made on her as well to see if you can give her any more health back.
I mean, I have to get literally a 1%. I have to get a 1% to fucking succeed on this. But
I don't think anybody took medicine as a skill. Although maybe Jackson.
If I try it, is it if I fail, I'm going to lose her points?
No, nothing like that.
Okay, I'll give it a try.
Can't you literally not succeed because isn't 1 the lowest you can roll?
No, I could get 2 zeros, couldn't I?
No, because
Nope.
that's 100.
Oh, I guess it doesn't.
Sorry,
No.
10.
It is possible to succeed. You just have to roll a 1.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it had to be I thought if you get equal, if you tie. It
Oh.
fails.
I feel like you could probably
Right,
make
yeah.
an exception for this 1% chance.
In this case, yes.
Okay.
Because a 1
I had,
a 1 is like getting a natural 20 basically.
yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
You can do it.
I got a 3. So
Oh my god! Come on!
You can use luck points to turn that into a success.
True.
You know what? I will for Ruth.
Wow.
How many luck points does it take to turn that into a success?
I mean, I'll say 2. I'll say 2 in this case.
All right, so I'm now at
I'll let
48.
it slide. Yeah.
I'm at 48 luck now.
So, Ruth, you gain 3 more hit points.
like, so what this health the hit points I started with, I obviously can't exceed that.
No, you can only go up to your maximum hit points.
Then I like. Thank you, Leon.
You're welcome.
Excuse me.
Now, since you use luck points, you don't get to increase that stat, but you did it.
Honestly, you know what? I feel like of all the things to have a little bit lower, luck's not the worst in the world.
No, that's exactly what luck is there for you to spend on skill checks when you need to.
Mhm.
When they matter.
Exactly. All right, well, I mean, I suggest we maybe get some pack animals, any supplies y'all think you might need, and man, let's get the fuck out of here.
I
Agreed.
agree. What time of
Amen.
day is it?
It's it's maybe like 10-ish, I would imagine.
AM
Is
or
In
it-
the
PM?
morning?
Yeah, in the morning.
Gosh, we really know how to crush out near-death experiences before noon, don't we?
We certainly do.
Unfortunately.
Oh yeah, Jackson. If you know anybody that or anyone nearby that sells them pack animals, lead the way. And
I think I can rustle something up. Kind of go off.
I'm gonna
so,
before Jackson goes off. Can I get him to ask if my compadre in the boat has a pack animal I can borrow? I just gave him like $200.
make a luck roll.
Oh god! Just when I said I didn't need it. All right, I still succeed. I got a 47.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
The dude. I mean, you just gave this guy a lot of money, like a lot of money, because you're in Peru, and like, let's be real here. That kind of money has a lot more buying power in this time period in this part of the world.
Mm.
So you just gave this dude a ton of money. So he's like, so yeah, he gives you an alpaca.
Yes.
And I will say, for the sake of brevity, Jackson put you in contact with this guy, and it's like,
Yeah.
it's not going to be like, I don't know if they would have like a postal service here in rural Peru at this point, but maybe you'll get lucky. Who knows?
Well, I just want Jackson to tell him that I'll be back to join him on some fishing trips in the future.
You're some weird
Perfect.
guy with a sniper rifle and a like you want friends?
And what's weirder is he wants to be your friend.
Peter, don't tell me that if some guy randomly showed up, gave you $1,000 to like borrow your car, and you could sit in the car with him, you wouldn't be like, all
Watching
right, you
snipe
want...
people out a window.
You did say for money you would do just about anything.
That's true. I have heard people
Don't
say that before.
don't use my words against me, please.
Man, that's crazy. So yeah, that's all well and good.
Sweet. I have a friend now.
And you let you borrow his alpaca.
This is perfect.
So
I'm
that's going
protecting
to-
this alpaca with my life. I will sacrifice Leon for this alpaca.
That's going to knock some of the monetary cost off. I don't know, like, the book doesn't have anything on like pack animal prices, as far as I know. I guess it could, but I don't feel like checking right now. So why don't we put it at like, maybe I should check just to be safe. I'm just
I
like,
mean, how many do we really need between us? I don't think we have a lot of stuff. I think maybe one more with the alpaca. We should be fine.
fair enough. Yeah, shit. I don't know. Like, what would that cost? Let's put it at $50, I guess.
If
So that-
my alpaca gets tired, Harrison's carrying all the luggage that my alpaca's carrying.
Dude,
What are you even putting on your alpaca?
I'm gonna put I have my rope, so I'm gonna put my rope on my alpaca.
All right, your 50 feet of rope.
Yeah, because that's freaking heavy to carry.
Yeah. Are you
Jack-
gonna pack that RPG that you haven't revealed you're carrying yet?
No, I'm going to put my. I don't really have anything else. I put my adventurous clothing on, so I guess I'll just put my other thing of
Yeah.
clothing on him.
And Jackson gets a pack animal as well and says, it's probably good to have some spare room in case we want to bring anything back with us as well. In case maybe there are some riches like our old friend Mr. Augustus Larkin was talking about.
Are pack animals just for carrying your stuff and not for actually riding on?
Yes.
Okay.
It'd be really rough terrain to ride an animal through the jungle. Like that's not like it's not like you're going up a pathway to this temple. It's probably deep in the jungle, off trail somewhere.
Yeah, I don't really have anything in my inventory. Although I am keeping the old lady's stick. Dude, if I hadn't completely missed out on that fight, I was planning on attempting to just jam the stick in the fish mouth and see what happens.
Too bad
Still
you
the
didn't.
opportunity.
Yeah.
I'm
Too
sure
bad
there's
you
going to
didn't
be more
use
fish
your
people.
mysterious ring.
So
yeah.
how
Oh
are
yeah.
50 Peruvian dollars?
Yeah, sure. Well, let's put it at 50 US.
Jesus, that's a hell of an animal.
Man,
It
I
costs
got
us
a
what to
deal
rent
on
a
my
boat.
I don't know what
alpaca.
animals cost. I don't know how much it costs to rent an alpaca in
Let's-
Peru in 1921.
Let's all use our spending money.
Forget about it. I don't even like
oh my
animals.
god, Graydon's so nitpicky.
I'm
I
just
actually-
curious if I can find it.
I wonder if
I
I
mean-
can find it.
It might be in here.
From now on, I'm going to look up things against Graydon when he's DM.
I don't know. Let's just do some market research, guys. How much would it cost to buy the world? That's an interesting Google suggestion.
How
Rent
much
an
is that alpaca in the window?
alpaca. Rent an alpaca in.
Are we going to be
Peru.
wrapping up here, or should I?
Yeah,
just
this
peace
is.
out?
Let's wrap up in the next couple minutes here, and then next session we'll probably finish the prologue, depending on how well you guys do.
I'll send you my pages, Jack, because I'll miss that one.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I'm happy. I can put in $10 towards this alpaca.
Okay, so I didn't figure out how much it cost, sorry, but I did find out that alpaca fiber is actually softer than llama fiber. But some people might try to pass off llama at an alpaca price, so we really have to look out for that.
I wonder if we
Gotcha.
can sell that tip.
In modern day currency, apparently an alpaca can cost anywhere from $1,000 to $30,000, depending on how good the alpaca is. So
Dang.
let's go to the old inflation.
Quality alpaca.
I wonder who measures how good an alpaca is.
Dude, you just look at its stats. You just pull up its summary.
Fair enough. Like legendary rated alpaca, I'll pay 30 grand for that.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, $50 is around what I would imagine, especially with the buying power. So yeah, we'll put it at $50 for the alpaca.
Right. Yeah, I'll throw in 10. To anyone
Wow,
else who wants
so
to contribute.
charitable.
Aren't you Mr. Moneybags over there?
Oh, I don't know if I can spare it, guys. How much do you want from me?
30.
How much
Have
are you
the books
short?
not been doing very good?
That's not, I'm feeling a little unhinged right now. I'm feeling a little not myself. I don't like the look of that animal. I don't think I want to put my money on that animal. I kind of just want to
Harrison, a
stand
bird.
outside. Stop! Stay away! Oh god! Oh,
You
Did he
hear
pull
you
out your
hear
gun?
you hear the call of a condor behind you, but as you turn around to look, there's nothing there.
When those guys opened their fish mouths, I just saw a giant void with dozens and dozens of seagulls flying out.
What a weird thing to see in the mouth of a sea creature.
I don't know, man. I just knew it was there when I saw it, man. I just
Hey,
And
Norman.
Leon, you notice that Ruth is also standing far away from you because you're still holding a sniper rifle.
Hey guys,
Ruth,
check it out. Look at how many people I kill with this.
Ruth, I just gave you first aid. Did I do something wrong?
That's great. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Wow, typical lady doesn't tell us the problem.
All right.
Come on, Ruth, you're like my ex-girlfriend. Please.
It's going into the list of the things that fucking you've done to offend me.
Are you actually keeping a list?
Norman, can you pitch in for this alpaca?
Well, it's not my preferred animal, but sure, I'll put $10 in.
Here we go. We got $20.
I'll
Ruth?
put in 10.
30. Come on, Harrison. We know you got deep pockets.
No pockets to spend on an alpaca. Well, I don't want to be that much of an asshole, so I'll contribute $9 because I really like even tens, and I have $49 right now.
No, this is off of your daily spending, I thought.
I thought. Wait, didn't we already use our daily spending?
Was it
You did yesterday. You did.
Oh, okay. Okay, you can have $19, and you're welcome.
Very generous of you. Thank you, Harrison.
Yo, thanks is worth it enough for me.
I guess Jackson will pitch in the last little bit.
The last dollar.
I mean, Jackson bought his own alpaca.
He did.
That's nice of him to throw a coin to us poor Americans.
Can I
Jackson
roll
is
to
also
persuade
American.
for us to get that alpaca for $1 cheaper?
Yeah, you know what? I'll allow it.
Can I assist him on that?
No.
No.
Just no. Oh no, that's a fail. That's a fail.
Not budging on the price of this alpaca.
Fuck.
All right.
All right.
Oh,
So, with everything that's happened today, after traveling thousands of kilometers into the highlands of Peru, after fighting more freaky fish people, I think that is as good a place as any to call it for the night. As
dang.
your intrepid group of explorers make their way into the untamed wilderness of Peru, you think back on just what the hell happened, not necessarily knowing what the future is going to hold. But next time, guys, I think we're going to make it to the pyramid and probably be done with the prologue, which is very exciting.
That's crazy. Wait, getting to the pyramid is just the prologue. What horrors await us?
No, once you finish, the Peru is the prologue. Once you're done Peru,
shit.
that's the prologue.
My God, we got a saga ahead of us, boys. God, think of all the birds that are going to be there. Fuck.
There's think about how many pigeons are in New York.
Oh God. Those
How are you ever
things
going to
are
go
pests.
home?
They're rats with wings.
Anyways, yeah. Part of that is because we dragged our feet a little bit with the first two sessions, but we're making a better pace now, and it's just going to be. It's going to come more naturally as we go along.
We're learning.
We're definitely learning, which is good. I know how insanity works now. I mean, I always kind of knew, but I know better now.
Yeah, I know how insanity works very personally.
You sure do.
Birds flying out of mouth gaping hole fish. God, what a messed up world we live in.
Well, thank you so much for joining me again, gentlemen. It has been just an absolute pleasure playing Call of Cthulhu with you.
It sure has.
Anybody,
fun, yeah.
Thank you for watching, you guys. And we'll see you next time.
See you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.